Jeff George, he's making it all happen, probably having one of his best years so far, second in the NFL in completions, but he's got a good weapon. Eric Metcalf leads the NFL in pass receiving. I really think, though, that the problem for Buffalo today is going to be that guy right there, Craig Hayward, 4.5 yards a carry. The Buffalo coaches feel like they've got to shut this guy down to shut down that whole run-and-shoot package.
Well, it's the Buffalo defense against a high-octane Atlanta offense. And when we come back, the kickoff from Rich Stadium in Orchard Park, New York, the Falcons and the Bills. You're watching the NFL on Fox.
You're watching the NFL on Fox.
Hey, Dad, I can dunk.
Nice shot. As a single parent, my children are the most important thing in the world to me. I meet people with injuries all the time who feel exactly the same way about their families. That's why your injury claim is more than just another case to me. Who'll take care of your children? How will you pay your bills? I take these problems personally. And my team of lawyers won't stop working until you get the money you and your family deserve. I'm John Heyman, and that's my promise.
Steel, the #1 selling chainsaw worldwide, is on sale now at your local Steel dealer. Call 1-800-GO-STEEL for the dealer nearest you.
The Greater Hartford Automobile Dealers Association is once again proud to bring you the Connecticut International Auto Show. On Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, November 17, 18, and 19, the Hartford Civic Center becomes Connecticut's largest auto showroom under one roof. 33 different makes, more than 250 different models. Examine, compare, get the feel of the finest cars from the United States and all over the world. Don't miss the excitement. November 17, 18, 19, the Connecticut International Auto Show. Don't miss it.
This week on Sports Ticket, a complete wrap on the NFL Game of the Year between Dallas and San Francisco, plus UConn's annual blue-white scrimmage. Tonight, only on Fox 61 Sports Ticket.
This is Fox NFL Sunday.
I trained my boy McNeely to go toe-to-toe with the champ, and he did for 89 seconds. He didn't back down from any combinations thrown at him, and he ain't backing down from this one.
There's a new stuffed crust pizza from Pizza Hut. Not just cheese, but pepperoni baked right into the crust.
So good you'll eat it backwards. Show him, kid.
Oh, boy.
The new 1-2 combination cheese and pepperoni stuffed crust pizza.
Hey, McNeely, how many slices am I holding?
Don't miss any of the game. Call Pizza Hut and have your stuffed crust pizza delivered right away.
Back at Rich Stadium in Buffalo. Today's weather very chilly. Wind chill 8 degrees. There is snow in the forecast for later in the game. June Jones bringing the first-place Falcons into town. The 42-year-old Portland native in his second season at the Falcon helm. And on the other side, returning following the prostate cancer surgery, 70-year-old Chicago native Marv Levy. And the Bills, the coaching staff, players, the entire organization thrilled, needless to say, to have him back. Buffalo has won the toss, selected to receive, where Yanel Jourdain, number 30, 44, the rookie Derek Holmes, wait back on the kick from Morton Anderson. This should be a terrific game here today. Both teams in first place.
What I got a kick of is June Jones coming in last night. It's 30-some degrees. He has no socks on. He said, when I was at the University of Hawaii, I never wore them then, so why should I wear them now? I'd like to check and see if he's got those socks on, though.
Well, Anderson set to put it in play. Big crowd. And he puts a foot on it. We're underway in Orchard Park. And it sails well into the end zone. Jourdain takes a knee, and Buffalo will put it in play at the 20. In his 10th season out of Miami, quarterback Jim Kelly. He has 10 touchdowns this season, only 5 interceptions. And Kelly, the last 4 games, has not thrown an interception, covering 140 passes.
And look who I see out there, number 34, Thurman Thomas. This is a big, big deal. You know, he went down with that hamstring in the New England game. The question is, how healthy is he? How far can he go? How long can he go? How long will they keep him in there?
Keep an eye on Thomas today. That injury occurred, as Ron mentioned, against New England the 23rd of October. And he has missed the last 2 games, but Thomas in the Buffalo lineup today. 1st and 10 for the Bills. Thomas, an early chance. And he picks up a couple of yards, tripped up by the longtime Bill, Darryl Talley. Now we mentioned Kelly, 4 Pro Bowls, the leader of this Bills team up front. The rookie Reuben Brown at left guard, the All-Pro Fina, the left tackle, Hall, Ostrowski, and Parker filling out the line. Thomas in the lineup along with Carwell Gardner, Copeland, and Brooks. The wideouts, Johnson, the tight end. First Kelly throw, and the catch is made by Brooks, close to the first down, but perhaps a yard or 2 short. Defensively for Atlanta, a much improved group from a year ago. Up front, Goldman having a big year. Holt and Smith return from injuries. Veteran linebacking core of Talley, Tuggle, Matthews. Corners Johnson and Phillips. Ross and Harper the safeties. 3rd down and less than 2. Thomas first down, yarded. And he crosses the 35 to the 37. Matthews made the tackle.
You know, Thurman coming back, not all the way healthy. They're going to play him like a man who has had a hamstring injury. So, but take it up. This is weak side run. This is what they do good. And look at that hole. The concern from the Bills coaching staff, what would they see, a 34 or a 43 defense? Would they try to snuff their weak side run? That is the bread and butter of the Buffalo Bills, working weak side. We saw it right there.
Thomas already his 3rd carry, and he's able to lunge forward, maybe pick up a yard. Chuck Smith, who is back after a turf toe injury, missed the last 2, made the tackle. And Smith and Holt, big additions back in this Atlanta defense.
Oh, that's huge. Now, all 4 of the front 4, they were hurt, nicked up in preseason. Talking to June Jones last night, he said that's the one thing we got to have back. We got to have our front 4 healthy to get in that backfield.
Well, they try the reverse and read beautifully, making the tackle. Clay Matthews, the 18-year veteran out of Southern Cal. It'll bring up 3rd and long for the Bills.
Clay Matthews, the veteran, coming from the opposite side. He sniffs it out right away. They're trying to run that reverse. Kelly, he's going to hide the ball right there, but he doesn't hide it from 57. Clay Matthews, he makes the tackle on Kelly before he can get the ball to Justin Armour. That's a big-time veteran play.
Now the whistles blow the play dead before it ever gets started.
False start, number 85, offense, prior to the snap. Still 3rd down.
I think he's a little confused about that. He points to the Falcons and says 85 offense. That's Russell Copeland. We'll get it worked out. I guess that shows you how cold it is. The rest can't even figure out which way to point.
So they back him up 5, 3rd and 23 for the Bills. Great protection, and Kelly finds his man across the middle. Justin Armour, the rookie out of Stanford, well shy of the first down. So on its opening drive, Buffalo has to kick it away.
Yeah, the penalty there kills that whole drive, marches them back those few extra yards. But the Bills have no weapons per se as far as the receiver is concerned. That is why Thurman Thomas is in there. That's why they're going to give him a go. They feel like they have to try to establish a run game, win this game on the ground first.
Eric Metcalf has returned 6 punts for touchdowns in his career, including 1 this season against St. Louis. From the 26. Metcalf escapes a couple of would-be tacklers, brings it across the 30. 31-yard punt, and the tackle made by Tony Klein. So when we come back, Atlanta takes over offensively. No score in Buffalo.
Over the past 3 years, Dodge has offered a choice of more new nameplates than anybody else. Here are 3 more new choices that make it easier for you to drive a technically stunning 96 Dodge Intrepid. Like cash savings of $1,000, or an interest rate as low as 1.9%, or choose an Intrepid lease rate of only $259 a month. The Dodge Buyer's Choice Sale. The choice is all yours at the friendly Dodge dealer near you.
This is the future of corporate computing. No, wait a minute. This is... Oops. Sorry. Scratch that. The future is definitely this. On second thought, Perhaps the future is this, we think. There are a lot of visions of the future. Most will turn out not to be right. But we're working to make sure you can't go wrong. We engineer networked systems and solutions that help you anticipate the uncertainty ahead, so that no matter which way the future goes, you will have chosen correctly. Digital, whatever it takes.
Fox NFL Sunday is brought to you by the Discover Card. It pays to discover, the card that pays you back. By Digital Equipment Corporation. Digital, whatever it takes. And by Little Caesars Pizza, where you always get 2 great pizzas for 1 low price.
Back at Rich Stadium, Orchard Park, New York. No score, just underway in the first quarter. And Atlanta takes over offensively for the first time.
I tell you what, you're going to see what I think may be the 2 best free agent, or one of the best free agent acquisitions in the NFL this year. That will be Bryce Pop on defense for Buffalo. And the trade move of the year, Eric Metcalf for the Falcons.
4 receivers set in the Atlanta run and shoot. Throws across the middle and has Terrence Mathis, and he's close to midfield, tripped up at the 48. Jeff George, his 6th season out of Illinois, traded over from Indianapolis to Atlanta last season. Up front, Whitfield, Tobeck, Fortin, and Zandowski. Kennedy starting for the injured Dave Richards. And weapons, wow. Hayward, Metcalf, Mathis, Emmanuel, and the former Chief, J.J. Burton. Gain of 17, 1st and 10 Atlanta. At the line of scrimmage, may be picked up too. And this Buffalo defense ranks 6th in the NFL. The 3-4, Smith, Washington, and Hanson up front. Linebacking group, the injury to Cornelius Bennett, so Damian Covington getting the nod in place of Bennett. Poff having a huge year, more on him later. The secondary will keep an eye on Marlon Kerner, the rookie who replaces the injured Jeff Burris, out with a knee injury for the season a week ago. Again, good enough for a first down into Buffalo territory at the 40, and Ken Irvin, the rookie, made the tackle.
You know, coming into this game, I look at these things as important for both teams. Atlanta, they got to control the clock on Buffalo like New England did. Buffalo only had the ball 20 minutes. They think 18 to 25 runs and screens. We talked about passing the ball, but they feel like they got to run it that many times to be successful. Buffalo field position, they don't have the weapons. The defense has got to help them there, and they got to convert the 3rd downs. Last week, 0 for 11. They got to move the chains.
Gain of 11. And George, the little shovel pass to Hayward, and he has another Atlanta first down inside the Buffalo 30 to the 29. Marlo Perry finally able to drag down the 260-pound Greg Hayward.
That's part of the run aspect of the game. That's a shovel pass. Here he is. That's Hayward. What they're working on, though, is Bruce Smith and the fact that he's so fast, so aggressive up the field. Watch this. He's going to let him in, and his shuffle right there. They are betting that the over-aggressiveness of the Buffalo Bills defensive ends will get him in trouble. It got him in trouble on that play.
Impressive opening drive for George and the Falcons. George, short drop. Quick hitter to Bert Emanuel, and he's finally tackled just inside the 20. It may be good for yet another Falcon first down.
Tom, there's no doubt as we look at June Jones here that this Atlanta Falcon team is hitting on all cylinders. What happened last night at the meeting? We asked Jeff George to come in. He wouldn't come in without the rest of the receivers. So I tell you, they say they're playing together. I believe they are, and it's a complete turnaround. You got to remember, this is the first time Jeff George has been in the same system 2 years in a row. That's the difference, I think.
George is hit on 404, 49 yards the opening drive. And now he checks off. They just beat the play clock. George in trouble. Throws it away, incomplete. He had an eye on Emmanuel across the middle, and there's that pressure we talked about from Buffalo. George has been sacked 29 times already this season.
Yeah, and there's the man we talked about who could bring the pressure. Bryce Pop, free agent coming over from Green Bay. You look at Bryce, but that's a football player there. He doesn't need that little nose deal around his nose. He looks nasty already.
Second.
Well, Bryce Pop, yeah, getting ready to say Bryce Pop, along with Phil Hansen, the top sacking duo in the entire NFL. 2nd and 10.
This is where Buffalo's got to be strong. This is where Atlanta has got to punch it in for touchdowns instead of field goals.
They bring the blitz. George to the end zone. Nearly intercepted by Greg Evans. First-year player out of TCU. Good coverage there for the Bills defense.
It's hard to tell where the wind is going in this stadium. I think that ball got held up a little bit in the wind. Take a look at Metcalf. That's who they want to work to, but there's a double over the top. He doesn't see it. 41 Evans right there. But you see the way that ball held up a little bit. It's tricky here. If you look at the flags on top of the pole there's a flag. It's blowing one direction, but down inside the bowl, it's circled.
3rd and 10, Atlanta. And George wants timeout.
Remember what June told us yesterday about the wind and the noise and everything? He said he would call a timeout if he couldn't hear, and that's what they did.
I got it.
Coors Light, the silver bullet. It's shipped cold to tap the clean taste of the Rockies. Tap the
Rockies! Hustling and bustling for this season's best values can be a breeze if you shop with this, the Big Payback Value Book, and this, your Discover Card. You can get over $170 in cash rebates on top name brand gifts for the holidays. Just send us your receipts. And you can wrap up big savings without all the runaround. It pays to discover the card with the big payback. Look in the mail for your value book today.
Over the past 3 years, Dodge has offered a choice of more new nameplates than anybody else. Here are 3 more new choices that make it easier for you to drive an incredibly sophisticated 96 Dodge Stratus. Choose $500 cash savings, or an interest rate as low as 1.9%. Or choose a Stratus lease rate of only $229 per month. The Dodge Buyer's Choice Sale. The choice is all yours at the friendly Dodge dealer near you.
Some places call women the weaker sex. Not this place.
You can't love any man, can you?
No, I can't love you.
Catch a brand new Melrose Place Monday.
3rd down and 10 facing Atlanta on its opening drive.
Falcons got to get the red area business going. If you look at what they do in the red area, they're last in the NFC in terms of touchdowns. 29 trips in, 8 touchdowns, 15 field goals. June Jones would like him to put that ball in there for 6.
3rd and 10 at the Buffalo 20. Crowd comes alive. They hand it off to Hayward. And he's good enough for a first down all the way inside the 10, close to the Buffalo 5.
See, once again, we go back to the run, how important it was for Buffalo to stop this run. And it all plays off the aggression of the front four. Watch the blue shirts come upfield and watch the lane that opens up for the white shirt inside. Hayward just takes that ball right down the middle. And June Jones told us 18 to 25 runs, screens, or draws. In other words, work away from the pass. That's what the run and shoot wants to do. They really want to run the football on you after they spread you out.
First and goal of the 7. Tight end Mitch Lyons checks in. The lone setback, Jamal Anderson. Flags blow the play dead. Anderson may have picked up a yard with Bryce Pop doing a little lobbying.
False start prior to the snap. 75 offense. Still first down.
That's big Lincoln Kennedy, all 325 pounds of him. And when he false starts, you see it. it's not hard to miss. Lincoln Kennedy right over here. Right there, that little inch. And what happened was Buffalo, they stunted. They moved to a different defensive formation. Now, he's stepping in right now for Dave Richards.
Yeah, Richards re-aggravating an ankle injury last week against Detroit. Well, now George brings him to the line of scrimmage. Hayward is checked back in for the Falcons. First and goal from the 12. George had it dropped by Terrence Mathis. Would have been a minimal gain. It brings up second and goal.
And what's interesting about this part of the field here in Buffalo, they've got that tunnel over there. And when it's a windy day, if that door is open, that wind blows a lot differently than it does when it's closed. And in fact, a few years ago, the league came in here and made the Bills close that thing to reduce the wind swirl down here, because they were playing games with it, opening, closing, all that kind of deal. And that would possibly affect Morton Anderson big time.
10th play of this opening Atlanta drive. Second and goal. George, good protection, drills across the middle, close to the goal line is Mathis, and he did not get in, just short. Kurt Scholl's able to throw him to the ground before he could sneak into the end zone.
The thing I see is watch the time that Jeff George has to throw this football. And Mathis is going to work in this area here, right below the end line, and that's real good coverage by the Bills to stay right in on that end line. And when you get a quarterback a chance to set his feet like that, the outside rush by Poff and Bruce Smith is not getting there. Great job by the tackles for Atlanta.
Third and goal. Hayward dives over the top. Touchdown, Atlanta. Hold on a minute. We have no, that is no penalty flag. It does stand. Touchdown for the Falcons. Some debris blowing out on the field, and crowd getting revved up, and they tried to trick us, and some of the players were looking around hoping that was the case for Buffalo.
Well, all 260 of them going right over the top of Roman Fortin. The low man will win in this case. Ted Washington gets a nice push. I'm sorry, Tom. You get 260 pounds over the top like that, you don't got a chance.
So now Morton Anderson on for the extra point. Straczynski the holder, and right through the middle for Morton Anderson. So Atlanta on its opening drive marches down the field against this Buffalo defense and takes an early 7-0 lead.
Over the past 3 years, Dodge has offered a choice of more new nameplates than anybody else. Here are 3 more new choices that make it easier for you to drive a roomy, zoomy 96 Dodge Neon. Like cash savings of $500, or an interest rate as low as 1.9%. Or choose a Neon lease rate of only $199 a month. The Dodge Buyer's Choice Sale. The choice is all yours at the friendly Dodge dealer near you.
Finding out Little Caesar's new stuffed crust pizza is a better deal at only $7.99 results in a kind of wacky happiness. A large cheese and pepperoni stuffed crust pizza at Little Caesar's for just $7.99.
Pizza. Hey, Remington, shave this.
The newest Remington Triple Foil. The only shaver with 3 micro screens now has a 50% greater cutting rate for a close, smooth shave. The Remington Triple Foil. If you can grow it, we can shave it.
More than denim in every pair of Levi's jeans. People magazine calls Strange Luck one of the most unique and inventive new series since The X-Files. Don't miss a brand new episode Friday.
Well, a Cleveland Brown fan sneaking into Buffalo here today.
He's getting the jump on his new team.
We will see the Browns next weekend when they take on the Green Bay Packers here on Fox. Terrific drive by Atlanta. 11 plays, 69 yards.
Don't be surprised if you see the Buffalo Bills on defense give up a lot in the passing area. That is not their concern, believe it or not. Their concern is what we just saw the last two plays. Hayward, the run, 4.5 yards of crack. That's what kills you.
Anderson spins it away, and it sails through the back of the end zone. Second time Anderson's done that today, so Buffalo takes over from its own 20. Kelly hit on 2 of 2, 21 yards, the Bills' opening drive. Picked up a first down, but eventually had to punt it away.
Well, I think we still have to once again go back to this. Thurman Thomas, yes, in the game. But remember, this is a man who has not played for 2 weeks, coming off a severe hamstring pull. How much does he have? How far can he go? And if he indeed can't go very far and can't do anything for you, what do you have to throw to? Billy Brooks made some big plays last year, but he is not the kind of receiver that Andre Reed is.
Play fake to Thomas, and they roll out, dump it off to the tight end, Lonnie Johnson, and he bangs his way close to the first down. Stop made by Anthony Phillips, who is getting a chance again at left corner. That's been a problem spot for the Falcons this year. 5 different combinations at cornerback. But was good enough for a first down. 1st and 10, Buffalo. Hurry up offense, and Thomas the carry, and there to wrap him up, Chris Dolman.
You know, you talk about the people on this Atlanta defense, and they are so much better this season, I think, than last year. Last year, they gave up 30-plus points 7 times. And I think it's got to do with not only guys like Dolman, but you look at Darryl Talley coming here from Buffalo. Matthews, we've seen him make a play already. Tuggle led the team in tackles the last 3 years.
Kelly fires. Reception made again by the rookie Justin Arbor, shy of the first down. It'll bring up 3rd down for Buffalo.
Tim Kelly in that hurry-up offense, it's nowhere near the speed and tempo that it was in the early 90s when they had that thing going. It was at a 2-minute pace. Now it's kind of backed off to a crawl a little bit, but yet it still can be effective.
Brooks in motion. 3rd down catch made by Brooks, and he stretches out for the first down. So they'll move the chains. 2nd straight first down, picked up by Buffalo DJ Johnson on the coverage and the tackle.
Billy Brooks, the big play man last week, and that was the difference in that Indianapolis game. They were able to hit the big plays. But remember, Buffalo is going against the wind, so you're going to see a lot of short passes. Look for Atlanta to counteract that by coming down in a 5 underneath zone.
Kelly is hit on 5 of 5 to start the game. Thomas bursts through the middle, and he's close to midfield. Right now, for a McDonald's game break, let's go to Hollywood and James Brown.
Tom, Brett Favre tries to answer Chicago's first score as he looks right, comes back left, screen pass to Edgar Bennett. Bennett, who has his best games against the Bears, scores a touch, all tied at 7. Back to Tom and Ron.
It's no warmer there than it is here, that's for sure.
No. Well, it shouldn't be in mid-November. 2nd down and 2. And Thomas close to the first down. Up to the strong safety spot. Kevin Ross. What a year Ross is having.
He sure is. And, you know, the thing that talking to him last night, the difference is that he moved from free safety to strong safety. He feels like he's more involved in the run. Now, there goes Thurman Thomas. You know, is he just coming out to give him a blow, or is maybe there's something wrong with the hamstring? But going back to Ross, you'll see him in a lot of 8-man front situations when Thurman Thomas is in the game. Now that Thurman's out, they'll go back to focusing on the pass.
Kelly, a pump fake. And actually losing a yard on the reception is Russell Copeland. Again, Phillips, terrific coverage.
Boy, Phillips is a guy that's really come around. 2nd year in the league. He had that hamstring problem earlier in the year, and that's really bothered him. But they have gotten themselves together a little bit on the corner, and you team that with 2 good safeties, Harper and Ross inside, and they're playing solid. But I think the strength of this team, though, when they're healthy, is that front 4.
2nd and 10. Buffalo trailing 7-0. Derek Holmes, his first carry. Huge hole. First down yardage to the Atlanta 30. Holmes, a man who's been spelling Thurman Thomas starting the last 2 games. And the rookie this season has rushed for 365 yards.
Anytime you get this man to come up field like that, it creates a big gap. And look at the block on Tuggle right there by John Fina. You know, it's a big difference when you can come in after the big man Thurman Thomas has been in a little bit. But when all that weight's on your shoulders like it was the last couple of weeks, it's hard on a rookie.
Kelly to the end zone. Touchdown, Billy
throw that ball against the wind in here. And actually, the wind keeps that ball from going downfield. Billy Brooks is going to come down and end up in this part of the field. They got good coverage on him, but I want you to watch the way the ball just lays up in the air. You can see it just float and hang right there. Billy sees it. That's the important thing.
Phillips Estate stepped late on the coverage. Christie nails the extra point. So Buffalo answers the touchdown by Atlanta. And here in the opening quarter, 2:11 left, 7 apiece.
Sony Maximum Television presents Sounds of the Game with John Madden.
Hey, if you want to really feel the game, you got to hear what's going on down here. The booms, the bams. Just listen.
Find out why Steve Young doesn't always complete his passes after this.
This is going to hurt. Your favorite videos and TV shows, including NFL football, come to you in dynamic surround sound. But if you don't have the right stuff, you're not hearing what you pay for. Fortunately, all you need are Sony Maximum speakers for instant surround sound.
Baby.
And that is Sony Trinitron TV for maximum visual impact. See and hear everything you pay for. Maximum television, only from Sony.
Only guy was covering me was the referee one time. Referee covered you? He was standing. I tell you what the hell. Excuse me. Some of those guys can cover. Hey, if you're not hearing it all, you're not getting the full impact. Whoa! Wow!
Over the past 3 years, Dodge has offered a choice of more new nameplates than anybody else. Here are 3 more new choices, but they aren't cars. They are 3 choices that make it easier for you to drive a new Dodge. Choose from generous cash incentives or exceptional interest rates or extremely low lease rates. The Dodge Buyer's Choice Sale. Why would you choose to buy anyplace else?
Scott Bakula, Richard Thomas, Elizabeth Pena, and Homicide's Richard Belzer in a 4-hour motion picture event. The Invaders world premiere miniseries begins tonight.
Fox NFL Sunday is brought to you by the new Dodge. We're thinking ahead.
Bridge Stadium, Orchard Park, New York. Buffalo on the touchdown pass to Bill Brooks from 30 yards out has tied this game at 7. And Atlanta on its opening drive marched down the field on this much ballyhooed Buffalo defense.
Well, you know, Atlanta was in the right defensive coverage because Thurman Thomas is out of the game. You don't need that 8-man front up there to stop the run. They had a cover 2 on 2 safeties over the top of the corners to stop Billy Brooks and the receivers on that side. But you're going to see a great job by the other receiver, Copeland, to influence Anthony Phillips away from Billy Brooks so he can make the play.
Roel Preston, 85. Jamal Anderson, 32. Way back on the Steve Christie kickoff. And this game featuring division leaders. Atlanta, surprisingly, in the NFC West. 1 game better than St. Louis and San Francisco, and a chance to go a couple up. Niners a tough battle later today here on Fox against the Dallas Cowboys.
I just keep wondering when people are going to give this Falcon team credit. You know, they're all worried about which quarterback's going to start in San Francisco. Hey, let's talk about the team that's #1 in the division.
Short kick handled by Anderson. Spins his way across the 30. Out to the 45. And into Bills territory to the Buffalo 46. Finally pushed out of bounds by Tim Tyndale. 35-yard return by Anderson.
Jamal Anderson brings the ball up. Seemingly the Bills have him stopped. But the Bills have not been very good on kickoff coverage this year. That's unlike themselves in the past. A good spin move, and now you get people, you know, you go down, and I think guys think that somebody else is going to make the tackle, so they relax. And that's what happened there, and that's 240 pounds moving along pretty darn good.
Well, you talked about Buffalo, an important factor, field position. Great starting point for the Atlanta offense. George, quick slant to the 35. First down reception made by J.J. Burton. The ball came loose. At least the Bills are saying it did. The injured Falcon is J.J. Burton. And still no signal as to whether or not there was a change of possession on a fumble. Apparently not. Now the Bills celebrating. But bad news here for Atlanta. J.J. Burton
Notice how Jeff George is throwing everything quick. They're full aware of the two guys on that outside for Buffalo. You got Bryce and you got Bruce, the two big Bs. Take a look at the tackle here, J.J. Burton. He's going to come in on a quick slant. Henry Jones right there, and in over the top. That's Damian Covington, 57. That looked like the hit that possibly hurt Burton right there.
Well, you saw the ball at the end come loose, but clearly down on contact was Burton. Burton has had a tough year in terms of injuries. He's missed a game with a hamstring problem. Former track star, in fact, went on a track scholarship to the University of Oregon.
Yeah, and he went on that track scholarship because he was too small originally coming into college to play. Covington right there, he got him with that knee right in the back. You know, you don't have any protection back there. You got the shoulder pads that come down the shoulder blades a little bit, but in that back area. And here's a guy, last year, 2 years ago in Kansas City, he was 155 pounds, if you could believe that. So he really can't take hits like that. That's when you learn the word finesse.
Well, Burton, good to see him back on his feet.
Yeah.
Well, certainly Jeff George spreading things around as he did last week when all 4 of his receivers had 5 or more receptions. First time that's happened for Atlanta since going to 2. Play clock. Still time for George at 5. On the 1st and 10. Catch down to the 27 made by Eric Metcalf. First time we've called his name today. Now, what does the future hold this Saturday? Take a high-tech trip to the battlefield of tomorrow and experience war in the 21st century on a special Encounters. Saturday, 8 Eastern, 7 Central on Fox. 7-7 game here at Rich Stadium in Orchard Park. The Falcons and the Bills. But Atlanta again on the move to the Buffalo 26. Second and 2. George looks for the end zone. Almost making the catch was Eric Metcalf. It was underthrown, and good coverage by Scholes.
There's Metcalf. There's a guy that can do it all for you. June Jones was so happy to get him down there in Atlanta. And you look at that tie with Michael Irvin. That's pretty good company at the top, I'd say. But, you know, it's these numbers, this number right here. You know, that's the special teams. Special teams, that's the reason they're in this position on the field right now, the big long kickoff return. The area of Buffalo has been pouring.
3rd and 2. Play clock at 2 seconds. And again, they just get it off. Incomplete. He had an eye on Bert Emanuel. Terrific coverage by the rookie Buckeye out of Ohio State, Marlon Kerner.
I knew you'd put that Buckeye deal in there. I tell you what, Marlon Kerner, he's a rookie, and he said yesterday, I know I'm going to have a target on my back. He's filling in for the injured Jeff Burris, but he has really made some plays, and he's made a lot of those kind of last-minute tip-away plays. The guy's got great instinct.
Now let's send it down to Eric Clemens along the sideline. Eric.
All right, guys, Morton Anderson told us before the game that on this end of the field, he's going to kick it true. The wind is not swirling as much down toward the south end zone.
44-yard attempt. Anderson has it blow wide right.
I tell you, now look at that door open back there. Now, the league got on Buffalo about closing that door. And when that door is open, it's like a vacuum coming from the top of the stadium down in there. There it is. That thing right there, that's a wind tunnel, baby. Yeah, they tried to accuse Bill Parcells of the Giants of doing the same thing in the Giants Stadium, too. So.
Oh, you're not saying Bill Parcells?
No, I'm not at all.
Maybe would
not
have
at all.
To do with that.
But you did see the way that ball kind of mysteriously hooked to the right. Like one of my golf shots.
A great note by Eric Clemens, who will be with us working the sidelines here today. So Atlanta missing a chance to take its second lead of the game. 7-7. Buffalo starts from the 34 with 20 seconds left to go in the opening quarter. Thomas Crosses the 35 to the 36. Picked up 3. Jesse Tuggle on the tackle. We will say that a great deal today. Well, a very good opening quarter, as you see, for Jim Kelly in the K-Gun Buffalo offense. We have reached the end of the first quarter. Our score, Atlanta 7, Buffalo 7. This is the NFL on Fox.
Introducing Membership Rewards from American Express, a rewards program that makes every dollar you spend add up to a world of choices just by using the card. For a gift, something you need, the possibilities seem endless, and all of them are free. With the Membership Rewards program, you decide where to use your rewards and what works best for you. So enroll today in Membership Rewards. Call 1-800-AXP-EARN.
I'm Dave Clark. I'm a big eater.
Now tell the court where you were for lunch Tuesday.
I was eating a Wendy's Big Bacon Classic combo. You know, quarter pound of fresh beef, 3 strips of bacon, cheese, toppings, biggie fries, and a drink.
Sounds like a big meal. Did you finish it?
Every bite.
Really?
Well,
liar!
Liar!
The court. Isn't it true it was too big for you?
It was too big!
Get off the stand.
Wendy's Big Bacon Classic Combo is only for big eaters.
It was too big!
Don't let this happen to you. Any insurance agent knows lightning can strike any day. Fortunately, your Allstate agent knows it can strike any night, too. So if it does, you can call your agent anytime, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. A claims specialist is standing by to help you right away. If your insurance can't deliver claim service day or night, in a flash, maybe you should switch. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Well, we're back in Orchard Park. Tom Brennan and Ron Pitts, who's going to do a little medical display for you.
Well, this is a simulation of what happened to Thurman Thomas's hamstring. Now, what happens is you pull a hamstring when you're already at full flexion, like he was in the New England game, and he tried to make another move when he was at full flexion, and he did this. And when you do that, you pull and you tear the little muscle fibers in that hamstring. And then it kind of knots up on you, and then you're pretty much toast.
Well, you know, your sister's in medical school. We should have brought her in.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's find further more about Thurman Thomas. Send it down to Eric Clemens along the sideline.
All right, guys, Thurman Thomas did come out in the last series, but things appear absolutely normal. In fact, the first time he sat on the hot seat to get warm was when he came out last time, but he's walking around the sidelines normally. Let's go back upstairs.
All right, Eric, thank you very much. We'll continue to check in with you the rest of the broadcast. Kelly, his first miss of the game. He had hit on his first 7. So it'll bring up 3rd down and 8 for Buffalo. Receivers check in for the Bills. Bad snap. Kelly able to get a hand on it and just has to throw it away under heavy heat. Receiver Russell Copeland wanted a flag against DJ Johnson on the coverage. So Buffalo 3 and out. They'll have to punt it away.
And they surprised them with the blitz that time. Alton Montgomery, 22's coming in, but watch the snap. Just off to the left. It's hard to say if that wind had anything to do with that one. I think that's just not a good snap by Ken Hall, an experienced veteran. He's put that ball back there a lot of times in pressure situations, right on the money. That time, not on the money.
Eric Metcalf waiting back on the Chris Moore punt. Low line drive, and Metcalf lets it bounce.
Well, that's going to be a great bounce for Buffalo.
All the way down inside the 5, still rolling to the 4. 59-yard punt by Chris Moore. He kept it out of the hands of Eric Metcalf. We'll be right back.
Fox NFL Sunday is brought to you by Black & Decker. It's how things get done.
There are 2 kinds of people in the world. Those who say they'll get around to it, and those who actually do. For those who've discovered there's greater satisfaction in putting things up than in putting them off, we present VersaPack from Black & Decker, a rechargeable battery system that powers an entirely new line of cordless tools. From now on, it's how things get done.
Cover for me.
I've got the plans.
You got your pill. You can't be taken alive.
I saw you on the monitors. Your clothes. They're very nice.
City casuals. Look good at the office, no matter what kind of day you're having. Hager. Stuff you can wear.
From IBM. See and hear me at Radio Shack.
Just underway, second quarter. Division leaders flashing here today in Orchard Park, New York. Bryce Paup brought over following a '94 Pro Bowl season from Green Bay, and what an impact he has made.
Yeah, he made a big impact last week on the quarterback. He got that fine on the illegal hit, as they say, the helmet to face mask to face mask hit, as the league has called it. But the people in Buffalo don't agree with it, and they're upset about it. Bryce said, hey, what the heck? I'm not going to pull up. I mean, after all, the fine goes to charity, and I like giving to charity. I don't know if I want to give 12 grand to charity.
No. First and 10 and Lab from its own 4. An early movement against the left tackle, Bob Whitfield. That's not a way to start a drive deep in your own territory.
False start, number 72 offense, prior to the snap.
That's Whitfield. He's worried about Bruce, but Bruce right there jumps into that zone, gets back. But meanwhile, Whitfield, that motor's turning. He's like, God, this guy's, he's messing me around here. He's jumping in, jumping out.
Well, Whitfield started early, so too did Mike Sandowski, and the latter blown for the whistle. First and 12. George throws from his own end zone. Down the middle, broken up by number 28, Thomas Smith, third-year pro out of North Carolina, and George had an eye on Metcalf.
Great throw. Thomas Smith coming off the corner position. This ball hangs up. Look at the air. Look at the wind. It's got a wobble on it. I think if they're back home in the dome, George is going to have a completion, and Metcalf may still be running.
Second down and 12. Both quarterbacks have been brilliant in terms of not turning it over this season. Jamal Anderson brought it out to the 3, and Bruce Smith comes from the far side to make the tackle. Oh, what a player Smith has been here in Buffalo. 7 Pro Bowls, MVP in 1987. And 5th all-time on the sacks list, coming in with 119. He's gotten Jeff George 7.5 times.
Well, in Jeff George's first ever game as a pro, right here with Rich Stadium, when he was with the Indianapolis Colts, they sent him home with a concussion. We asked Jeff George yesterday, do you remember that? He said, actually, I don't remember much of that at all.
Third and 10. To Bert Emanuel, a ball that should have been caught.
Bert Emanuel has come on here in the past couple weeks. That is a catchable ball all the way. And once again, they're working on that man right there, Marlon Kerner, the rookie. But everybody here says the rookie has been playing awful well, and I think he has. But if you're June Jones, you're down there in that part of the field, and they're going to have to kick on the inline, basically. Miles Davis, the offensive coordinator, he told me he was concerned in pregame about that end of the field. He felt the wind was really bad, and we saw it on that one attempt to throw to Metcalf.
Straczynski from his own end zone. Steve Tasker returns punts for the first time in his Buffalo career. And he gets it away. Very short kick. Tasker lets it drop, and then just falls on the ball. Dangerous play. Tasker, we mentioned, has not returned punts since his college days at Northwestern.
Well, I was here with Steve Tasker, and the job was between us. I got the job. He patted me on the back and said, "You can have it."
Can a McDonald's McChicken sandwich take you by surprise? Can it help you win friends and influence people? Can it be just the break you've been waiting for? Of course it can. Can it make you see double? Yes, with McDonald's 2 for $2. 2 tender McChicken sandwiches or 2 6-piece chicken McNuggets for just $2. So, can it turn a pair of average couch potatoes into every woman's fantasy? Come on, what do you want for $2?
Have you had your break today?
The amazing split-fire spark plug won a United States patent.
Does it really work? Is it that much better?
It's guaranteed. 5 extra horsepower by merely installing these plugs. You'll feel it work. Guaranteed. A 4.8% gain in mileage. You'll save because it works. Guaranteed. There's nothing like a split-fire. You'll get more power and more mileage for your money back. You'll get more here, and you'll spend less here. Guaranteed.
A young girl is abducted by a killer, and a psychic may be her only hope.
She's not gonna make it.
She has to make it. A brand new X-Files, Friday.
Welcome back to Rich Stadium, Orchard Park, New York. The Falcons and Bills in the second quarter tied at 7. Jeff George and the Falcons, a most impressive opening drive, but have been stalled by the Buffalo defense ever since. Kelly and the Bills answering on a Brooks touchdown pass.
Jeff looked a little cold over there.
Well, he's from Indianapolis, played collegiately, of course, at Purdue and later Illinois. Herman Thomas still on his feet. Picked up 3. Right now, McDonald's game break. Let's go to Hollywood and James Brown.
Tom, Eric Kramer can thank 2 excellent receivers for part of his success this year. Here's one of them, Jeff Graham, hauling in a perfectly thrown 36-yarder that set up Rashawn Salon's 2-yard touchdown run, all tied at 14. Back to Tom and Ron.
You know, looking at this no huddle here, the thing that's hard about it as a defense, it keeps you from making substitutions.
Harwell Gardner, his first carry, close to the 35. It'll bring up 3rd and 6. Our Aflac trivia question for today's game: who was the first Atlanta Falcon to reach 1,000 yards rushing in a season? Reach the 1,000-yard mark. Well, they call it 3rd and 7. Kelly in trouble. Ball squirts loose. Kelly able to grab a hold of it, but wrestled down all the way back to the 45. Making the initial contact and jarring it loose, Alton Montgomery, who had the 71-yard interception return for a touchdown against Detroit last week.
We talked about the front 4 of the Falcons: Holt, Smith, Gardner, Dolman. They got a flag down the play, but watch them collapse the pocket. They bring Tuggle on the blitz. Now starts the big ad-lib by Jim Kelly trying to make something happen. But June is right. When that front 4 is healthy, they are as good as any in the league.
Holding, 79, offense. It's decline. 4th down.
That's big Reuben Brown, the rookie. He got the hold. He struggled with the technique. You know, the thing they like about him, he's a nasty, smart kind of guy. He's smart, but he can play real aggressive. But you can never forget, he's a rookie. When he gets in technique trouble, he's going to fall back in those old bad college habits.
Metcalf standing back at his own 10 on the Moore kick. He's angling for the sideline, and again, great punt by Moore. It's down to the 2. Now, Buffalo fails to take advantage of terrific field position, but again, the Bills put Atlanta in a hole. 7-7 with 12-12 left until halftime.
How would your dentist recommend you clean your teeth? The Braun Oral-B Plaque Remover has been clinically proven to clean teeth better than a manual toothbrush. Its unique cup-shaped brush head removes plaque from deep between teeth and even below the gum line, leaving your teeth so clean you can feel it. And now kids can start brushing better too, with a model designed just for them. The Braun Oral-B Plaque Remover cleans better than a manual toothbrush.
Jesse, you're next.
I'm all yours.
Save it for the stage, Romeo.
Carol always gives it to me straight. Like when she told me about my...
I told him about Head & Shoulders. Regular shampoos just rinse flakes away so they could come back. Head & Shoulders helps prevent flakes from even forming. You see the difference? You look great.
Thanks, but will it get me this part?
Couldn't hurt.
Head & Shoulders, because great hair can't have flakes.
Hey, break a leg.
This is L.A. We have tons of friends. This is Tosh. This is my wife. This is my neighbor. This is my son-in-law. This is my very good neighbor. This is my number 2 daughter. Hi. This is my neighbor, John. When I found out that I needed surgery, it was kind of a shock.
Luckily, it turned out.
Aflac really helped protect our savings. Just really took the worry away.
Aflac covers the unexpected cost of getting better so you can get on with life.
Don is definitely not a dancer.
Bills and Falcons tied at 7, 12-12 to play until halftime. And for the second straight series, George and the Falcons face Smith and the Buffalo defense way back in Atlanta territory.
Well, this is how you use field position to get a team out of what they do best. Right now, Atlanta, they're out of that run and shoot formation with the 4 wide receivers. They're in a conventional 2 backs, 1 tight end situation. Finds some running room, still on his feet. Across the 5, out to the 8. Henry Jones on the tackle. Let's send it down to Eric Clemens.
All right, guys. J.J. Burton left a couple of series ago, took a knee to the back after that reception. He's trying to walk off the injury down here on the sideline. Meanwhile, Tyrone Brown has taken his spot until he's ready to go again. Let's go back upstairs.
All right, Eric, thanks much. Eric right on top of everything today.
Absolutely. Keeping warm. Let's see how he does in the 4th quarter. You may have to scrape him off the turf.
Second and 4. Hayward again, first down yardage. Crossing the 20 to the 22. Kerner came up to chop him down, but Atlanta digging its way out of a hole.
Yeah, they're going to run right over the weight of that offense. Mike Zandowski, 305, and Lincoln Kennedy, 325, or whatever you want to call it. And this is just a good field right over here. They're running to this side. Watch the blocking combination. They get Ted Washington. That's key, because in a 34 defense, if you control the nose guard with only 3 down linemen, you got a chance to run the football, and that's what they did on that play.
5 rushes, 33 yards for Hayward. And back to the 4 wideout set. Tyrone Brown remains in the game. George throws across the middle.
That one's on George there. Metcalf's open, wide open. Good job of stepping up. He just overthrows him.
Well, our answer to our Aflac trivia question, the former Atlanta running back Dave Hampton, who reached the 1,000-yard mark in the final game of the 72 season, only to lose it on his next carry when he suffered a loss. Ended up the year with 995 yards. He did eclipse the 1,000-yard mark, and 1975 is only such season. George has missed on his last 5 throws. 2nd and 10. Down he goes. And who else? Bryce Paup.
Bryce Paup couldn't understand why Green Bay didn't make him a better offer. He said he wanted to stay. Here he is. He comes off the slot. He was over a wide receiver. George looks at him, and they think that maybe he's going to cover. You see the double team on Washington and Bruce right there? That leaves Paup wide open. Worried about one, you got to have the other. That's the advantage of having 2 great outside pass rushers. You can't double them both.
3rd and 18. Ball to Hayward, flag down. Oh, What a load. Had still on his feet.
What a load.
First down yardage. And again, penalty flags on the field. But they'll bring it back. Holding Atlanta.
Yeah, well, they won't take back those bumps and bruises that some folks in the Buffalo Bills secondary got. Man. Ironhead said coming into last season, he did two things. I cut out the calories and cut out the cocktails. And that meant pain for the opposing secondary and opposing defenses.
Holding, 61, offense, still third down.
Yeah, that's Robbie Tebek. Left guard. Right there. Watch the holder. He's working on number 90, Phil Hansen. And if you can see the jersey stretch a little bit, like right there. They got it.
Hayward is checked out. Anderson in. On a 3rd and 25. Double pass in, complete. That is an incomplete pass.
Yeah, exactly. That's a shovel pass, but because it's forward, it is called. It's treated like an incomplete forward pass.
So the Buffalo defense stands tall after Atlanta marched down the field on its opening drive for a touchdown, but very little since.
Once again, the weather conditions, the wind, and special teams. Twice in a row, 2 kicks rolled down deep inside the red area. Gave Atlanta a lot of problems as far as getting out of there.
Brzezinski punts from his own end zone for a second time today. Asper lays to a fair catch. Oh, and then dropped, and a flag will come down. Alton Montgomery. Terrible mental error.
A lot of times you're so worried about the coverage aspect, and a guy like Tasker is key. Now the discussion will be, did he get his hand up and wave it? It's not enough just to put your hand up. You have to have waved it. We've seen that one before.
Johnny Greer, our referee.
And that's got to be the discussion. Did he wave his hand?
Personal foul, unnecessary roughness, hitting the maker of a fair catch after the catch.
Yeah, apparently he got it up and waved it. But boy, nobody knows what it's like in this wind here in Buffalo. The hand's got to go up, and it's got to go back and forth. Alton Montgomery's got to see that.
Serving up another great catch. Red Lobster presents the Catch of the Day. What a catch! The receivers during Week 10 in the NFL kept their eyes on the ball and caught everything in sight. But stay tuned to see who made the Catch of the Day.
Red Lobster is fresh fish, inspected with the highest standards, and delivered overnight. Fresh, never frozen, deliciously prepared to order. Fresh from the Gulf, snapper, blackened and spicy. Fresh from the Pacific, salmon, broiled to perfection. Fresh from the Atlantic, swordfish, hot from the grill. So come and enjoy, because Red Lobster is fresh fish.
The Broncos' Ed McCaffrey came up with a horizontal highlight. It's the Red Lobster Catch of the Day. And for a great catch every day, come to Red Lobster.
Introducing Membership Rewards from American Express, a rewards program that makes every dollar you spend add up to a world of choices just by using the card. For a gift, something you need. The possibilities seem endless, and all of them are free. With the Membership Rewards program, you decide where to use your rewards and what works best for you. So enroll today in Membership Rewards. Call 1-800-AXP-EARN.
Valerie's shocking secret is going to be exposed.
What'd they arrest you for?
Prostitution.
On a brand new 90210, Wednesday at 8, 7 Central.
7-7, Atlanta, Buffalo. Terrific field position for the Bills offense. Starting this drive at the Atlanta 30. Now the return today of Darryl Talley, 11 years he spent here in Buffalo. Team record in terms of tackles, consecutive games played, 204. When he signed with Atlanta, made banner headlines in this city. In fact, it moved Talley to purchase a newspaper advertisement thanking the city for its support and friendship over the 12 years. Big hole for Derek Holmes. Down to the 23.
Now there's a big man. You're talking about a rookie. 236, 240. Hit that hole with that kind of acceleration.
7-yard pickup, a 2nd and 3. Holmes will get it again. First down yardage inside the 20. Talley on the tackle to the Atlanta 18.
But the big thing there, the vision. And we talked to Holmes yesterday, and he said the problem he was having this year was vision. He wasn't seeing the lanes, the cutback lane.
First and 10, Buffalo. Third straight carry for Holmes. Pushes his way inside the 15. An area where Buffalo has struggled this season in the opponent's red zone. Yes, they've gotten points, but touchdowns have been the problem.
Yeah, they last in the AFC, and 16 field goals out of 27 times in, but only 7 touchdowns. They got to get points.
Holmes, a 4th straight carry, close to the 10. He'll be shy of the first down. Jesse Tuggle on the stop. 2-time Pro Bowler who is trying for a 3rd straight year of leading the NFL in tackles. Well, Jerry Ostrowski, the Buffalo right guard, down. He was lifted for a few plays early in the quarter. Corbin Lucina taking over. Ostrowski not moving right now.
Jerry, last year on a developmental squad for 12 weeks. Activated, started the last 2 games of the season, has been the starter here. Well, you talk about this Buffalo Bill offensive line, you can't help but talk about the guys that the free agency took from him. You know, House Ballard went to Seattle. Will Wolford went to Indianapolis. And they're still crying about that. And that's hurt them. That has been the main difference in why they're not running the ball as well and why they don't have the same kind of passing game. Number 60, Ostrowski, he's pulling right there. Let's see if we can pick up the injury. He takes on Dolman, or actually Dolman takes him on. And he falls on Reuben Brown's leg, but Ostrowski stays down. Great hit by Dolman.
The big game only comes once a year.
Don't miss the San Francisco 49ers take on the Dallas Cowboys next.
Tom Brenneman, Ron Pitts, Eric Clemens, our entire Fox crew back at Ridge Stadium in Buffalo. A 3rd down and 4. Flags come down before what would have been a big 3rd and 4.
False start, 79, offense. Still 3rd down.
That's Reuben Brown, the rookie, once again. We just talked about the struggling in the red area. That's one reason right there. The rookie mistakes, the dumb mistakes, the mistakes that get you beat.
Well, rather than a 3rd and 4, now it's 3rd and 9. Montgomery coming on the blitz again, and down Kelly goes. The ball squirts loose. And still battling for it. Atlanta has recovered. Jumpy gathers the first man there, and Chuck Smith covers up the football.
Boy, Jumpy gathers inside. You know he's got that patented forklift move. But Chuck Smith, this is the front 4 that everybody's talked about. If you could just get them healthy, everybody said they would do damage, and they have. Watch number 90, Chuck Smith. He loops inside, but Alton Montgomery comes on the outside. Pierce Holt, he's inside. Jim Kelly has no time, and there's Gathers. The ball's out. Now the madness starts. But those are the kind of things that have gotten the Bills killed in the red area. You get a penalty, it scoots you back. Now anything can happen, and anything did happen. The worst thing for the Buffalo Bills, the best thing for the Atlanta Falcons.
The Atlanta Falcons have made very little noise following the opposition's turnover. And a short gain out across the 20. Hansen on the tackle of Craig Hayward. Both of these teams have been terrific at taking care of the football. Atlanta, 5th in the NFL in fewest giveaways with only 13 all season. Meanwhile, the Bills, that is just their 12th turnover all year long. Second and 9. Reception made by Bert Emanuel. Good enough for a first down out to the 34. Ball came loose, but Emanuel down on contact. Well, when they were growing up on the streets of New York, they used to break the law. Now they are the law. The coolest cops on television work the toughest beat in the nation. Ice-T guest stars on New York Undercover, Thursday, 9 Eastern, 8 Central on Fox.
It's so cold out here. This is New York Undercover.
A lot of people undercover indeed here today. First and 10, Atlanta. Hayward picks up a couple of yards to the 38.
Boy, they are working on Ted Washington, that nose tackle. They know if they don't move him out of there in that 34 defense, 3 down linemen, 4 linebackers, that they'll never run the ball, and they're pushing him out of there. Fortin, Tibet, Zendowski, they are moving him any way they can. And the fact we got to remember, Cornelius Bennett not there. Cornelius Bennett, a great backside chaser. He chases things down before they get into the secondary. They may be missing him a lot.
Ball comes loose. And Hayward able to retrieve it all the way back to the 26.
That ball stay, and that's the advantage of being 260. You can really cover up the football, but watch how long this ball stays on the ground uncovered. And what happens is it gets kicked away from George. And now the scramble starts. That'll make NFL follies.
Oh, yes.
But once Hayward covers it up, you're not going to get away from it.
They had trouble out of the shotgun last week. Some bad snaps to Jeff George. Due to the crowd, June Jones says George would stay under center today. 3rd and 17.
This is when the pass rush from the Bills comes. Smith, Pop.
Little delay, and that didn't fool anybody. Hayward slammed to the deck by Jim Jeffcoat. 13th year out of Arizona State, 12 seasons with the Dallas Cowboys.
And Bruce Smith is complaining. He's complaining that he was held on the play. He says, you know, we asked him yesterday, what are these guys trying to do to you nowadays? I mean, you get to this point in your career. He says, oh, they just hold me. That's how they block me now. They just hold me.
Tasker stands back at his own 30 for the Dan Straczynski punt. Another poor kick by Straczynski. He's having a tough day. And Tasker, another dangerous pickup. And he's shoved out of bounds close to the 40, 33-yard loop, and Ron George able to push Tasker out of bounds. Well, coming up next, the second half of our Fox NFL Sunday double dip when the 49ers take on the Dallas Cowboys in the most anticipated matchup of the season. It's coming up next, right here on Fox. Boy, Dallas, do they look strong this season? A most convincing win over Philadelphia last Monday night.
What do you call that? Let's get ready to rumble, huh?
Oh, yes.
Wow.
Marv Levy back on the sidelines today, missing 3 games following the prostate cancer surgery. Boy, looks terrific. Kelly short hop the receiver, and he slammed to the deck by again jumping Gathers, having a Pro Bowl-like year as Gathers.
He sure is, and I don't think that this Buffalo Bill front line is any match for Atlanta's defensive front 4. They are just too hard up front. And Gathers with that forklift move, I hope we get a shot of that later on because it is awesome. He just takes 300-pounders and just moves them back like they're nothing.
2nd and 10. Thurman Thomas cuts it back to the inside. Good pickup of nearly 8. Thomas looked pretty healthy here today. His first game back after the injured hamstring 3 weeks ago against New England.
But, you know, if you look at something here, I think this will show you that he's not 100% healthy. Watch the way he double clutches right there. See, he stumbled a little bit. I don't think that hamstring is all the way tight. We did that demonstration. You know, once you yank that thing farther than its maximum stretch point, it shuts down on you. You got to build that strength back up. And that shows right there that strength isn't 100% yet.
Kelly on a 3rd and 2. It looked like Atlanta may have started too soon, although the Falcons are debating that. And the Falcons are right.
Still 3rd down.
I like the job Johnny Greer is doing here today. He doesn't fool around. We've seen a lot of officials delay on the calls.
There's Glenn Parker right there, 74. There it is, that little flinch. Hey, like we said, that front four, when they're coming up on you, boy, it's hard to hold your water in there.
3rd and 8, Kelly out of the shotgun. Walker on the blitz. Kelly still looking for a receiver. Was the catch made cleanly? Yes, it was by Justin Armour, who has been the big target today for Kelly.
Armour comes through with the catch, but they don't see. Jim Kelly did not see Lonnie Johnson, 84, the tight end, wide open down the field. Johnson is just screaming and yelling, trying to do everything he can to get the ball.
2:40 to play until halftime. Derek Holmes lost his footing. Slides his way to the Atlanta 45.
You know, it's interesting. When you're running to that side of the field, the way the AstroTurf is laid down here in Buffalo as we look at Thurman Thomas, the grain is sliding to that side, meaning that when it gets wet, it's easy to slip going to that side. You want to run those kind of plays to the opposite side. That time we saw Holmes just slip basically for no reason.
Kelly, good protection. Dangerous throw, and it's intercepted. Batted by Alton Montgomery. Now a flag comes down on the field as Dolman made the interception. But again, flags all over the field. This could be interference.
Pass interference. 22. Defense. First down.
Alton Montgomery.
He wants to watch a replay of this.
Yeah, that's exactly what they're looking at. That's why you go ahead and pay the big money for a brand new screen here in Buffalo so you can see the replay. Alton Montgomery's going to come down from the free safety position. Now he's right in here. Boy, I don't know. I don't know. I tell you, I don't know. That looks like a clean play to me.
Kelly caught inside the 30 by Bill Brooks, who has a touchdown reception in the game. And we have reached the 2-minute warning. 1:58 to play. Buffalo 3 timeouts remaining. It's 7-7.
Guys, this year, we're going to win it. No one is leaving this room until we figure out how. No one.
Not going anywhere for a while? Grab a Snickers, because nothing holds you over better. Hungry? Why wait?
Now, you can save 25% off regular prices on some of Goodyear's most popular passenger performance and light truck tires. Everyday low prices start at only $19.99. Believe it. Just turn up at any participating Goodyear retailer. But hurry, this sale ends soon.
These days, trying to get on top of your financial situation is getting tougher and tougher. What you need is someone with experience and know-how. MetLife can help you get a grip on things and help you make sense of it all. Get Met. It pays.
Making ideas a reality. It's how you ended up with your own business in the first place. And it's why Hewlett-Packard has introduced the fast, reliable, affordable HP LaserJet 5L. And the colorful HP DeskJet 850 series with a real-life imaging system. Dependable, professional Hewlett-Packard printers. Printers that work almost as hard as you do. HP printers. Just what you had in mind.
Fox
NFL Sunday is brought to you by Red Lobster for the seafood lover in you. By Head & Shoulders, because great hair can't have flakes. And by Aflac, insuring over 38 million people worldwide.
Let's go back to the interception now, or excuse me, the interference call. Alton Montgomery, I want you to watch his left hand. He has that left hand right over the back of the tight end Johnson. I think that's where they called him. But I don't know. As a former DB, still don't agree with it. I think that's a good play.
Oh, in your mind, a DB's never committed pass interference. Kelly to throw, steps up, dropped. Close to the 15 by Russell Copeland. Well, Copeland has been somewhat maligned this season, only in his third year out of Memphis State. But with Andre Reed going down, Brooks has stepped up. Copeland just hasn't.
Well, it's so cold out here. The fear is you don't want to try to catch it with your hands. Guys can't feel their hands. So you want to pocket catch everything. That's safe. But if you're going to pocket catch it, you better look it in and catch it.
Delay. Thomas will step out of bounds at the 26, stopping the clock. 1:49 to go until halftime. And Buffalo will be facing third down. Coming up on the Dockers halftime, we'll have all the scores and highlights from around the NFL. And Pam Oliver will have a special preview on the 49ers and Cowboys. That's coming up next on the Dockers halftime. 3rd and 6 Buffalo. 7-7 game. 1:49 to go until the half. Thomas cuts it back inside to the 14. And good enough for a Buffalo first down. He may not be 100%, but he's running effectively today.
Yeah, now Buffalo's working on the pursuit and the aggressiveness of Atlanta's front four. Boy, look at that stuff in his eye. They put down the paint here on the turf, and some of that turf comes up, and that white paint got in his eye. That's a good excuse to have to leave the game. They're just glad it wasn't a hamstring.
11 rushes, 48 yards for Thomas. Kelly throws and broken up in between two defenders. He's looking again for the rookie Justin Armour.
Oh, but that's great coverage in the secondary, though, of Atlanta. Kelly wanted to go to Lonnie Johnson, the tight end, number 84. But at the last minute, he saw he was getting ready to throw an interception. He pulls it back, and Ross able to come over and help out on the play. The Rock.
Ball at the Atlanta 15. 2nd and 10. Kelly to the end zone. Touchdown, Bill Brooks.
That's the exact same play they scored on before. They worked on Anthony Phillips. Brooks is going to come down, working here, and then work back out. But watch 47 Harper. He doesn't even realize that Billy Brooks is in the end zone. He's standing on the end line.
Going after by Christie. Buffalo, its first lead of the game at 14-7. Boy, Bill Brooks, what a terrific job he's doing in the absence of Andre Reed. He's gotten a chance to start now the last 5 games, and in 4 of the 5, he has scored touchdowns.
Yeah, he stepped it up. They talked about this all week long. If we don't have what we call our weapons, then the rest of the guys got to turn the heat up, and they've turned it up.
See, Brooks, including the 2 touchdowns today, a big part of this Buffalo Bill offense. Well, Brooks took a $1 million pay cut. He was making $2 million. They let him go, re-signed him for $1 million less.
Here's a touchdown again. Brooks is going to come in motion, come here, and back across. Right here, Phillips, the corner, is held by that man right there. That's why he can't help out in the back part of that end zone. That's not only a good scheme, but 47 Harper, he's got to be aware. He can't stand on the goal line like that. He's got to know if a man is back there behind him, knowing that Phillips has to respect Justin Armour, the other receiver, in the flat in a cover 2 situation.
Well, I think at this point, you would agree, Ron, that Atlanta has to feel most fortunate just behind 14-7. Buffalo twice forcing the Falcons to punt from their own end zone, did not score a point either possession.
Absolutely. You're talking about that field position situation. They still haven't proved, even though Thurman's in the game, that they can bash it down anybody's throat.
Christie kicks it away.
Wow, what a catch.
And he stopped shy of the 20. And David White, backup linebacker. Well, with 56 seconds left, what do you do if you're Jeff George? You try and go for the gusto on a play or two?
I think they got to. I mean, the thing that we can't see, though, and we probably won't see, he's going against the wind. You know? So as far as getting a deep ball in, I have a hard time believing we'll see a deep ball. I think they're going to stick with that same kind of game, and Ironhead has been effective. The penalty wiped out the one big run he had, but he's been effective, and that's been Buffalo's work. Not so much the passing, but when they spread you out, now they have big lanes for the run.
Another big hole, crossing the 25 to the 28, clock at 50 seconds and still counting.
And another thing that they'll do on this run and shoot is that they will count how many people are in what they call the tackle-to-tackle box, in between the 2 offensive tackles. If they count 7 or less, they're going to run the football. 7 or more, they're going to pass it.
Hayward again, good enough for a Falcon first down. 27 seconds left, and the Falcons want a timeout. And Jeff George will walk to the sideline and talk things over with June Jones. Well, we had a very nice visit with Jones last night. Former Portland State quarterback and a member of the Atlanta Falcons' first playoff team back in 1978. He went to Oregon with hopes of replacing Dan Faust as quarterback, transferred to Hawaii. Things didn't work out there. And then he transferred to Portland State to play for his now quarterbacks coach, then the head coach at Portland State, Mouse Davis. Well, many have seen this from 2 weeks ago in the Dallas game.
This is as hot as it ever gets.
After a drop pass by Bert Emanuel in the end zone in the loss against the Cowboys, Jones and George, a heated exchange on the sidelines for all to see.
Yeah, they're not discussing where they're going to go for dinner after the game either.
No. But Jones said it happens a lot. You just happen to catch it.
You just happen to catch it. I think George caught it on that one.
28 seconds left. They come the other way, setting up the screen to Bert Emanuel. Lots of room. Crossing the 40 and tumbles down inside the 35.
Great call by June Jones and Mouse Davis. The slip screen to the opposite side of the field. They faked the run to Ironhead, but the key block of this whole thing, I want you to watch the center, 65 Roman Fortin. Now George is gonna fake like the run to the opposite sides. Watch 65 Roman Fortin. Watch this block he gets here on 58 Marlon Perry. Right there. That enabled Emanuel to make the big stride down the field.
33-yard gain. Atlanta spending its final timeout of the half. 18 seconds left. And the ball at the Buffalo 33.
This is the difference in this team from last year. You know, last year they got in that situation. I think they kind of would have folded their hands up and said, let's just go in at halftime. Heck, we're only down by 7. Hey, they pulled something out of their hat. Haven't seen it all game long. Throw to the opposite side of the field. Take the handoff to Ironhead. You've been running the ball good. Great play. Now they got the same problem as Buffalo's had coming to this red area. They got to find a way, not only just get some points, field goal, they need to put that ball in and get 6.
A.J. Burden is still not checked back in for the Falcons. Tyrone Brown, the rookie, in his place. George rolls right, throws, catch made at the 15 by again Bert Emanuel. No, they're saying now. And Emanuel and Metcalf livid about the call.
Oh, a great route by Emanuel. Bert's voice got a little high there when he got excited, but he thinks he caught the ball. Emanuel right there. Watch the comeback move. He's going to drive the corner like he's going deep. But look at Curry turning to go deep. That's a great move. That's big time. Let's see if he catches it. It's hard to tell. It's hard to tell.
Morton Anderson on for what will be a 50-yard field goal. And now Buffalo signaling for a timeout. Wow. Oh, a penalty flag, I'm sorry, has come down.
I think the referee just had it fall out of his pocket.
That's exactly what happened.
Well, you know, remember now, Morton is kicking away from that door down there. The wind swirl should be minimized, but it's still a long ways.
Anderson has hit 2 of 3 from 50 or more yards, and he has connected here.
Wow.
50-yard field goal by Morton Anderson. What a career he has had. 6 Pro Bowls.
That's away from the door. That is the bad end. That's the end you worry about. If you have your druthers, you want to kick going the opposite way, and that one went straight as an arrow.
And is he something else? Morton Anderson.
Into the wind. 50 yards into the wind. Boy, I don't know about this free agency thing. You know, it's good in some ways when you look at teams like Buffalo and they got Bryce Bob, and that's added another dimension to Bruce Smith. But boy, you know, look at a team like the Saints. Marv Levy said one thing. He said, in free agency, you know, you hurt the team you left more than you help the team you go to, and I think that's true. Morton Anderson, he's hurting the team he left right now, the Saints, probably more than he's helping Atlanta, even though he is helping them a lot. The Saints could definitely use him.
And it is Anderson's 25th field goal from 50 or more yards away during his career. So 14-10, Buffalo leading with just 5 seconds left until halftime.
Impressive to go down. You start that drive, have to go 80, and you make something happen, you get points. That's going the length of the field against the wind. That's got to make June Jones feel real good when he goes in at halftime.
Well, you brought it up. This is a very different Atlanta team from the '94 version in many, many ways. On the ground, and it's Derek Holmes from the 20. And he's tripped up to the 35. And we'll end the first half here at Rich Stadium in Orchard Park, New York. We expected a good one, division leaders, and that it's been at least through the first half.
Absolutely. June Jones once again telling us last night, I want to see if this team can go up away from home and play a good football team. That's what I want to see.
Well, the Falcons lost so many games in the closing minutes last season. With their 2 victories on the road this year, they've already matched their away wins in each of the past 2 seasons. And for Buffalo, despite all the injuries, you go in at halftime with a lead.
Yeah, you go in with that lead, but you know, if I'm Marv Levy and I'm the Buffalo Bills, I'm not happy because to me, you know, this team has gone up the field and they put one in on you.
This Monday after Melrose Place.
I think we should talk.
You could use a good laugh. First, for anyone who's ever thought of eloping.
Don't you think it's romantic?
Think again.
Right up there with changing planes in Calcutta.
Catch a brand new Partners. Then, how bad are Stacy's money troubles?
Well, you owe $28,000. You got about $15. You're on your way.
Olivia Newton-John guest stars.
Strange girl.
On a brand new Ned and Stacy after Partners Monday.
On November 29th, your fantasy is about to come true.
Technology has taken you to new levels, but nothing will take you farther than the technology in the new Jeep Grand Cherokee Laredo. Loaded with major advancements like new styling, new safety features, and new capabilities. And now you can lease a Grand Cherokee Laredo for just $359 a month with 0 down. So, with all this new technology, where do you go from here? Anywhere you want.
See your New England Jeep and Eagle dealers.
In 1996, Panasonic will help televise the Olympic Games in a way you've never seen before. And the new Panasonic Superflat System television will let you experience them with startling detail, color intensity, and the power of the Dome sound system.
Pay 0% interest until March 1996 at Nobody Beats the Whiz.
Superflat System technology is changing the face of television.
Now, get up to $2,000 factory cash back from Buick.
On a Buick?
What's the occasion? Buick's 95 Model N closeout.
Cash back from Buick?
Cash back from Buick. Skylark, Century, Regal, LeSabre, Roadmaster, Park Avenue. Now, get up to $2,000 cash back.
On a Buick?
Now you're talking.
Now that's value.
Now we can move up to a Buick.
Now, wouldn't you really rather have a Buick?
Tonight, see it first live on the Fox 61 News at 10 on WTIC TV.
And welcome back to Dockers Halftime. Coming up in the second half of our doubleheader today, it'll be the game between the San Francisco 49ers and the Dallas Cowboys. A lot of questions being asked leading up to game time as to who's healthy and who's not. Well, for the latest, right now, let's take you down to Texas Stadium and Pam Oliver.
Thanks a lot, JB. Well, all week long, the Dallas Cowboys have tried to say and do all the right things. You know, stuff like how much they respect the 49ers organization and how you can pretty much toss out win-loss records heading into a big game like this. But while all of that may be true, the Cowboys fully understand they can do some major damage to their arch nemesis, who at this point are fighting for their playoff lives.
5-4, with the opportunity, a great opportunity to be 5-5, then a greater opportunity to be 5-6 when you go see Miami. I mean, it's tough on those guys because they only expect to be number one.
We're done. We're tired of losing. We're tired of all this conceding and the 49ers are over and this and that. It's a situation where we have to understand our hunger, where we were last year, understand that there's a lot of teams out to get you this year, and you have to continue to work hard. You keep working hard, good things will happen to you.
Well, they had better happen soon, because with another loss today, San Francisco heads home a mere 500 ball club with tough games coming up against Miami, St. Louis, and the Buffalo Bills. Now, in addition to the 49ers quarterback casualties, they'll also come into this game with a retooled offensive line. Steve Wallace has a shoulder injury. He will not start. Look for Kirk Scrafford to take his place at left tackle. That's the latest from here. Now let's go back to JB in Hollywood.
And a reminder, that'll be the second half of our doubleheader between the 49ers and the Cowboys. Dockers Halftime will continue after this.
The greatest plays, the greatest stars, hockey's greatest night, the NHL All-Star Game on Fox.
Critics call The Invaders gripping, edgy, and exhilarating.
No more human race.
A taut, entertaining drama that keeps you on the edge of your seat.
Why don't you see them for what they are?
One of the most intensely visual experiences ever. Scott Bakula in a world premiere miniseries. The Invaders begins tonight. Parental discretion advised. Catch the hottest stars in music all on one stage, all on one incredible night. Wednesday, December 6th, the 1995 Billboard Music Awards.
I'm Jesse Tuggle, linebacker for the NFL Atlanta Falcons. I know how much we love our children.
And we know what all parents want for their children, to have a chance to be the best their hearts and minds can make them.
And so does the United Way. That's why they created the Success by 6 program. This program recruits and trains volunteers from corporations and the private sector to be mentors and tutors to children in early childhood. As a United Way volunteer, I've seen how it works by giving children self-esteem and confidence in their ability to learn. It's nice to be able to put your arms around your family.
It's also nice to know that by contributing to the United Way, you can reach out with love and caring to all the children in our community. That's what makes the Success by 6 program possible. You make it possible when you support the United Way. United Way, reaching those who need help, touching us all.
Dockers Halftime is brought to you by Dockers Khakis, proud makers of nice pants.
All right, and welcome to the Dockers Halftime. Along with Terry Bradshaw, I'm James Brown. Let's get you caught up on highlight action around the league.
Welcome back, Marv Levy. Coach, we missed you. So did Jim Kelly. He says, let me show off for you. 30 yards to Bill Brooks. This puts the Bills up by 7. Billy Brooks and Kelly again. Hook up later, and it's 14-10. Bills over the Falcons at the half.
Well, you know Brett Favre likes to throw the ball, Terry. 3 touchdowns in the first half, but Chicago?
The Kramer connection. Kramer's 2 touchdown passes in the first half, both to this man, Curtis Conway. This game is up by 7, 21-14. But don't hold, don't get up, don't go to the bathroom. Here we go again. Touchdown, 46 yards. Curtis Conway. What happened to the black and blue division? 21 all, high scoring.
Can I go to the bathroom now?
Absolutely.
All right, Carolina, St. Louis. Who's this guy?
Jackie Slater, 41 years old, 259 games. He has played in the NFL, oldest by a lineman. Blocked for sweetness at Jackson State. Didn't need any blocking here. Isaac Bruce in the corner. Touchdown, that is. Number 9 TD reception on the year. Rams up by 7. Then comes Kerry Collins to Don Beebe, 21 yards. And the Rams at the half. Boy, I am out of breath.
For those who may not know, Sweetness, of course, was? Sweetness was?
Walter Payton.
All right, for the 2 people who didn't know.
They're up, but back comes this man, Jerry Ellison. 36-yard TD run. Tampa Bay down. Tampa Bay, yes. They're for real at 5-4 and leading 17-14 at the half over the Lions.
99 yards in the first half by Eric Rett. Oakland and the Giants. Hostetler's first return to the Meadowlands against the Giants. Oakland leads it by 7 in the third. New England and Miami. Dan Marino, now the NFL's all-time yardage passing leader, tied at 10. Indianapolis and the Saints all tied at 7. That one in the third. Cincinnati nursing a 3-point lead over the Oilers. That at the half. Cincinnati hasn't won in Houston in 10 years. And Jacksonville leading by 3 in a shootout against the Seahawks. And Terry, you know what we're going to do? I think we're going to take the folks back to their games when we leave after this.
Well, let's go.
All right, let's do it.
You're watching the NFL on Fox.
There's a lot to like about Truck Month, like the powerful lineup of best-selling F-Series, featuring the Patriots Limited Edition and new Eddie Bauer, all loaded with equipment. Now save over $2,200 on this F-150 4x4. Find out what you like about Truck Month going on now. Hurry to your New England Ford dealer today.
Panasonic Car Audio. Not only does it give you great sound, it comes with a message recording chip to help you remember important stuff.
Timmy, don't forget to pick up your sister.
Later. Now go play in traffic.
Pay 0% interest until March 1996 when you buy your car stereo at Nobody Beats the Whiz.
On the next episode of Seinfeld.
How come you wearing a hat?
I got a haircut.
Can I see it? I don't know, 6'3".
Monday at 7:30 on Fox 61.
God bless you and go Hartford!
How'd you been re-elected mayor of Hartford, Mike? Where are you going next?
I'm going to the Connecticut International Show. Be there.
What a weekend. We're expecting over 100,000 people to come into Hartford to see the auto show and a basketball game, or the auto show and a hockey game. Then walk over to one of our great restaurants near the Civic Center and just tell them that Mayor Mike sent you.
I'm going to the Connecticut International Show. Be there.
The Simpsons, weeknights at 6 on Fox 61 WTIC-TV.
Back at Rich Stadium, Orchard Park, New York, Buffalo. A 14-10 lead at halftime. Tom Brenneman, Ron Pitts will be joined by Eric Clemens in a moment. And for the first half, offensively speaking, for Atlanta, they were able to establish the run, as you talked about prior to the game.
Yeah, coming into the game, Hayward averaged 4.5 yards a carry. They knew they had to stop that in this run-and-shoot deal. Right now, he's averaging 5.5. That's way too much.
Offensively for Buffalo, it's once again been Kelly, the thrower, and the receiver, Bill Brooks. What a job he's doing in the absence of Andre Reed.
Yeah, but this play works right here because, watch this. This is 26 Phillips. He's pulled off by this man. He's actually got this part of the field. That's a great job of influencing the corner away from where he really needs to be. And the safety's late getting over. But the ball's underthrown. If Phillips sees it, he can come back and possibly make a play. He doesn't see it.
Brooks 2 touchdowns in the first half. Let's send it down along the sidelines and Eric Clemens.
All right, guys, talked to June Jones, the Falcons coach, as he was going off at halftime. He said the Falcons have taken themselves out of some key situations with some mistakes, and he also has to get some better field position in the second half. Marv Levy coming down. He does have a 4-point lead. He gave me a smile and a wink. One injury update. J.J. Burton will miss the rest of this game. He took a knee to the back after that reception in the first half. That's the story from here. Let's send it back upstairs, guys.
All right, Eric, thank you very much. Atlanta will receive to begin the second half. 14-10 Buffalo. Atlanta coming in leaders in the NFC West. And, of course, Buffalo, the co-leaders in the AFC East with Miami. And the Dolphins still have to come here to Rich Stadium late in the season. And by then, the Falcons, or rather the Bills, figure to have all their main weapons back. So Christie, whip kick, and it's handled by Ron George, backup linebacker, and he's pushed out of bounds at the 41. So good return by George, who rarely handles the ball.
He's a linebacker? Wow. The thing here that steps out, my man, look at this, the average drive start. That's been key. That's been key for Buffalo because they've been able to hold Atlanta down. They're forcing the punt in their own territory, then get good field position for a struggling offense and all that kind of deal. But, you know, Atlanta, they took the ball down the field just coming in here before half, and that's impressive. They got the ball again. I think if you're the Buffalo Bills, you're a little bit worried right now.
Jeff George hit on 9 of 19 in the first half, 129 yards. Was only sacked once. Comes out throwing. Screen the other way to Emmanuel. Great block, and Emmanuel only picks up a couple of yards, but a late flag comes in.
They're going to get the clip. Zendowski and Whitfield.
And again, our referee, Johnny Greer. So Atlanta will move the wrong way.
Illegal block in the back. 72. Offense. Still first down.
Yeah, Mike Zendowski right there. He pulled on the opposite side. They were running that same kind of screen that they ran in the second quarter. Marlon Kearney came up, 72, Zendowski. Watch right here, there he is. Watch, he's going to hit 46 right there. Push him right in the back. See if you can read that name, don't hit him.
Well, the officials trying to get their act together as which way this penalty's going. And now they do so. It'll be a first and 20 for Atlanta, opening possession here in the second half.
And now they're going with the wind. They're back in that running shoot offense, 4 wide out.
Hayward couldn't handle the high throw from Jeff George. It's second and 20.
You know, now Jeff has got to get used to throwing with not so much zip on it. Remember, he went against the wind the whole second quarter, and there goes Bryce Popp. Boy, you talk about key injuries now. Talk about injuring your weapons. Popp is going to come on the blitz right now. He gets picked up. Hayward leaks out right there. He just chips him. It's hard to say what happened there.
Popp, they're looking, well, it's not good around the right knee area. Hopefully nothing serious. David White has replaced Popp. Go to the ground. Hayward crosses the 35. A gain of 4. It's going to bring up 3rd and 16.
Yeah, that's that ankle, or actually the way they're pushing that back, it looks as though cramps some kind of cramp situation. If they're rotating that ankle and that and feeling or got the shoe off, that's a strain. But you talk about somebody that's been important to this team. Look at those numbers right there. And if I'm the Atlanta Falcons, I'm June Jones, I'm going to start to roll out to the side that he was, knowing that I'll have time to throw that football now.
Getting his 12th sack of the season in the game today. George finding a little time, just throws it away. Pressure applied by Jim Jeffcoat.
And there you see the depth of the Buffalo Bills. Hawk comes out. Jim Jeffcoat, free agent from Dallas, a lot of years down there. A couple Super Bowls. That's not a bad way to fill in coming from the bench, I'd say.
So after the penalty, Atlanta unable to pick up a first down, and Straczynski will punt. Steve Tasker waits at his own 25. Good kick this time by Straczynski. Sailing over the head of Tasker, and it rolls into the end zone. So Buffalo gets a break there. When we come back, the Bills will return on offense.
Only one has the moves of Barry Sanders. Only one has his acceleration. Only one has his control. Only one has such breathtakingly perfect balance. Seville STS with the North Star system. A great performer creates a higher standard.
What are the odds of the sharper image, Continental Airlines Grand Destinations, Royal Caribbean Cruises, and FTD all having a sale at exactly the same time? Actually, they're quite good. Presenting master values from MasterCard. Immediate savings of 10 to 40% at places all over right now. Exclusively for people who use MasterCard.
Fox NFL Sunday, the #1 pregame show, previews all the big games and all the big names.
Emmitt Smith, probably the MVP of the league right now at the halfway point, and Troy Aikman may be a close second.
Then, two of the NFL's best teams go head-to-head. Emmitt Smith and Troy Aikman lead the Cowboys against the Raiders. It's all part of a doubleheader. Coverage begins next Sunday, 12 noon Eastern, 9 a.m. Pacific. Fox NFL Sunday is brought to you by United Artists GoldenEye, rated PG-13. Bond is back next Friday at theaters everywhere. By MasterCard, it's more than a credit card, it's smart money. And by Burger King, where you can get your burgers worth.
Back in Orchard Park, New York. 14-10 is Buffalo players trying to stay warm here today. You can certainly understand that.
You have to be careful. Somebody's cape is going to start on fire down there.
Kelly a play fake. Throws short of his intended receiver. Just in armor.
Now Kelly's got the wind problem. And he's been used to throwing. Yeah, that's a good look at it right there. He's been used to throwing with that wind. Now he's got to put a little more grease into that ball.
Again, Buffalo in the hurry-up mode. Eric Holmes getting away from one tackle, but a penalty flag on the field. Goldman in on the stop along with Kevin Ross.
That's a great job and a great example of why you use an 8-man front to stop the run. Kevin Ross that time, the holding against the Bills. Kevin Ross comes up from that 8-man front and makes the play.
Ross wants to decline the penalty to bring up with a 3rd and 11.
Right there, that represents Kevin Ross. He came up just like that on the outside. And if you count it, it ends up being 8 on 7 if you don't count this quarterback. It's hard to pick up, and that's exactly why he made the tackle on the outside.
So they do decline the penalty. Loss of a yard, 3rd and 11 for Buffalo. Kelly from the shotgun steps up, and he was smoked as he turned it loose by Chris Dolman.
Dolman on the outside working on John Fina. Dolman, he's been known as a finesse guy, but he always gets off on the ball. Lonnie Johnson, you know, you put Dolman over a tight end, your tight end's going to get beat. What did we see last week in Buffalo against Indianapolis? Bryce Paup beats the tight end and almost kills the quarterback. That's not a good matchup.
3 and out for Buffalo. High kick by Moore. And it bounces the wrong way for Buffalo. And down to the 44 by Adam Linger. Field position again. And this time Atlanta in the driver's seat. Trailing the Bills 14-10.
Oh, isn't that cute? What? You guys are like the 3 bears. You're double Whopper, Whopper, Whopper Jr., Bing, Bang, Boom.
I'm hungry, so what?
Well, nothing, just sort of struck me as funny.
So what are you saying? I'm like the mama bear?
A Whopper value meal for any size appetite, starting at $1.99 every day at Burger King. That's getting your burger's worth.
Hey, baby bear, you gonna finish those fries?
Yes. Ooh, somebody needs a nap.
Natural ability can only take you so far. Equipment counts for a lot. I'm always checking out new ideas. You have to stay competitive. That's what I like about Pert Plus. Cleans and conditions in one step. No messing with 2 bottles. I get great results. No hassle, no fuss. Eventually, we all cross the finish. The winners just find a better way to get there.
Pert Plus, great hair, no fuss.
Lower your right foot and repeat after me. I promise to be free. I promise to be different. I promise to take the other path. I promise to be unique. I promise to drive an Eldorado with a 300 horsepower North Star V8, a suspension that reads faster than Evelyn Wood, and a body that parts traffic. Eldorado with the North Star system by Cadillac.
A young girl is abducted by a killer, and a psychic may be her only hope.
She's not gonna make it.
She has to make it. A brand new X-Files, Friday.
Ron Pitts and Eric Clemens, Tom Brenneman, our entire Fox crew back at Rich Stadium, where Thurman Thomas did not come out to open the second half offensively for Buffalo. Again, a hamstring injury sidelining Thomas the last 2 games. And he was able to get the 48 yards on the ground in the first half. Great field position for Atlanta, trailing 14-10. On the 1st and 10, George quick slant, and the catch is made. Turner jarred it loose from Emmanuel. Buffalo has it. Sam Rogers covered it up. Emmanuel took a shot from Kerner. And now there will be a debate as to whether or not Emmanuel had control of the ball and whether or not it was good for a reception prior to the fumble.
This could come down to one of the new rules on possession. The discussion is whether or not he had possession, like you're saying, and the ground causing the fumble. If the receiver's in midair, the ground cannot necessarily cause the fumble.
Well, here comes Johnny Greer fighting through the pack.
On the field, we have ruled catch and fumble.
Buffalo ball.
Hey, they keep messing with that rookie Marlon Kerner, and every certain rookies you don't mess with because they keep making plays. It's going to be a quick in route. George is going to look at Emmanuel all the way. Well, now let's watch the strip by Kerner. Looks as though he has possession there. Boy, and that's the key. Did he have possession of that ball? Let's look at it from this angle. Let's see if he has possession. Does he tuck it away? Boy, I don't know. That's close. That's close. I don't know if he tucks that ball away and demonstrates possession.
Buffalo back on offense from its own 34. And look who's back in there. Thurman Thomas. And he is slammed to the neck by Chris Dolman. Dolman has made a couple of big plays to start the 3rd quarter.
Well, the deal was coming into the game, they would not use Thurman if they were ahead and didn't feel threatened and they had to use him. But after that last series, using the rookie home, I think they pretty much feel threatened. That's why they've gone back to him.
Kelly, Rose has a man, the tight end, Johnson, the reception, breaks a tackle inside the 20 and steps out of bounds at the 18. 43-yard reception by Johnson.
There he is. He's going to come down and work to the corner. That has been the big problem with the Falcons secondary. They've gotten beat in the outside corner. It was an over-under situation, and the coverage is really okay. He makes the catch, but that's the bad part there. They don't make the tackle.
Thomas, the carry, picked up a couple of yards.
That was just a great throw and catch.
Lonnie Johnson takes over, of course, for Pete Metzelaars, a long-time Buffalo tight end. Comes into the game with 25 receptions after getting just 3 all of last year, and all 3 came in one game.
And you can see Atlanta trying to struggle with the substitutions. That is what the no huddle does to you.
Let me go get that thing.
And the problem is they've got debris. They've got those hand warmers rolling around on the field. As guys come on and off the field, they've been taking them off and giving them to the guy coming on the field.
Brooks in motion on a second down. Kelly finds Brooks to the 10. Close to yet another Buffalo first down. Ross, perhaps a touchdown-saving tackle.
I think this is what happens when you add that another dimension of Thurman Thomas in the game. You can't concentrate on the run. Now you're opening up the pass again.
It was good enough for a first down. First and goal, Buffalo. Thomas inside the 5, down to the 3.
The thing that Thurman Thomas does better than any back in the league is he skips. He sees and he skips into the hole. Hole recognition out of nowhere. They're going to come to this side. And watch, he just finds a lane right there. And those kind of little skips, boy, those are the qualities you look for in a back coming out of college.
Well, Thomas has had, needless to say, just a spectacular career. And he runs right into a stone wall.
He needed a skip then.
Ran into his own man, John Fina.
Uh-oh.
And Thomas down on the play. You can see Fina limping a little bit. Well, Fina shaken up, Thomas down on the ground. We'll take a break. Buffalo knocking on the door, leading 14-10.
Connect to internet. Fax sa pera isandi?
I'm Activa from IBM. See and Hear Me and Radio Shack.
Would we claim the Norelco razor shaves closer than ever, without hundreds of tests to back it up? Say our precision groove helps the Norelco lift and cut system shave closer, without proof? No. We wouldn't say it's our closest shave ever without science, sensors, tests. But of all the tests that prove it's closer, the most convincing requires a personal touch. The Norelco razor, our closest shave ever.
So, he said he wants more control. Oh boy. Told me he's looking for faster response and more security.
Then he's leaving the firm?
No. He's getting a Cadillac DeVille.
Now DeVille is better than ever, because now it has the North Star system and its extraordinary combination of comfort, safety, security, and performance. Nothing else feels like DeVille from Cadillac.
I suppose he'll want a better parking space, too.
Jumpy gathers right here at number 97. Watch what he does to John Fina. He picks him up. This is called the forklift move. He has a patent on this thing, and he puts him right in the backfield. Well, you talk about one guy changing the course of a play. One guy, one move.
Well, Thomas able to walk off the field. Been a rough season for Thurman Thomas. Go back 3 weeks ago, Monday night. in New England. Four carries for Thomas. He had 42 yards rushing, but then the hamstring injury, and has missed the last 2 games against Miami, and then, of course, last week against Indianapolis, but back today. Derek Holmes, a rookie, is checked in on a 3rd and goal. Kelly from the 5. Underthrows his intended receiver, Bill Brooks. So a stop defensively by Atlanta.
That's why you have a guy like Kevin Ross in your secondary. He played corner in Kansas City. He's at the strong safety position now. You can bring him down man-to-man on a quick receiver. That time he was man-to-man on Billy Brooks. And even if Billy Brooks caught it, he wouldn't have got in the end zone because Kevin Ross is going to make the hit.
Ball spotted at the 13, a 23-yard field goal try by Christie, and it's good. Well, Buffalo extends its lead to 7, 9:42 to play in the 3rd. Bills 17, Falcons 10.
Only one had the power of Eric Heitman. Only one has the control of Janet Emmons. Only one had the endurance of Greg LeMond. Only one performs like this. Seville STS with the North Star system. The great performers are always creating a higher standard.
Should a man be judged by what he wears? Are you really any less of a man because you don't wear the right shirt or pants? Should you have to wear a shirt or pants at all? Ask yourself, hasn't our society advanced to the point where a man can feel comfortable in a dress? Probably not. Always appropriate 100% cotton pants that are soft and wrinkle-free. Hager, stuff you can wear.
Scott Bakula and Roy Finnis as David Vincent in a world premiere movie based on the original groundbreaking TV series, The Invaders. 4-hour miniseries begins tonight.
You want the ultimate thrill ride? Fasten your seatbelt, boys and girls, because here we go. 360, baby, check it out. Going vertical. Loop, de loop. Free fall. Assume the crash position. Ignite the afterburners. The ride's over. Who wants to go again?
The San Francisco 49ers take on Emmitt Smith and the Cowboys next on Fox. Fox NFL Sunday is brought to you by Cadillac and your Cadillac dealer, creating a higher standard.
Back on the sidelines here at Rich Stadium, Thurman Thomas had his left shoulder looked at by the team physicians and trainers. He appears to be okay. He is sitting right now on the end of the bench. We don't know whether he'll return. Back upstairs.
Now Thomas now pops back quickly to his feet and appears to be getting ready to come back. Nice to have Eric Clemens with us here today. First time this season. Buffalo a 17-10 lead. Short kick. And taking it to 20 by Jamal Anderson. And he's out across the 40 to the 41.
Boy, an area where Buffalo Bills have been strong for a long time. They are starting to struggle in, and that's the special teams. That's a second very good kickoff return we've seen by the Falcons. And all that does is put your offense in great field position.
Well, Jeff George and the Falcon offense on its very first drive marched down the field, first possession, and scored a touchdown, and then marched in less than a minute and a half to get a Morton Anderson 50-yard field goal to end the first half, but nothing at all in between. Good protection, open receiver down the field. Tyrone Brown, and he's stopped at the 35. Brown only his third catch of the season, and he is in for the injured J.J. Burton.
That's right, and if the Bills are going to play zone, all the receivers have to do is find a way to get into these areas, the windows as they call it. Schultz, 24, right there. Watch, he's going to slip on the drive. Right there, he's coming out of that slip, and that's a good throw by Jeff George, putting it on the money. Nobody throws the ball as effortlessly as Jeff George. He puts it in there.
After the 26-yard gain. Georgia again to the air. Open receiver down the field. Catch made. Into the end zone. Did he get in? Still waiting on the signal, and apparently not. Mathis shoved out of bounds inside the 1. 32 yards on the pass to Terrence Mathis.
Well, it's a perfect matchup for the Falcons. That's right here. They're working on Henry Jones. Henry Jones is a safety. He's trying to come down and play corner. But you see that move right there by Brown? That's actually a pick. They tried to rub inside just enough to throw off Henry Jones's tack position and fit that ball in there. Another great throw by Jeff George.
First and goal, Hayward and Anderson into the game, and Hayward over the top, falls into the end zone. Touchdown, Craig Hayward. 3 plays. And giving in for the score. Reception by Brown of 30 yards. 32 to Burden, and now a 1-yard dive into the end zone by Hayward.
How about that for striking quick? 2 plays, and they're down in there.
Morton Anderson out of the hold of Straczynski will attempt to tie the game at 17. Snap handled well by Straczynski, and Anderson able to push it through. So 8:21 to play here in the third quarter. The Bills and Falcons tied at 17.
My name's Bond. James Bond.
United Artists presents.
I enjoy a spirited ride as much as the next girl. Who's that?
The next girl.
The return of James Bond.
Morning, Q. Sorry about the leg.
Bond is back. GoldenEye, rated PG-13, starts Friday at theaters everywhere.
Can McDonald's Chicken McNuggets make you feel like a kid again? Can they bring you closer together? Can they give you a thrill? Can they be just the break you've been waiting for? Of course they can. Can they make you see double? As a matter of fact, yes. With McDonald's 2 for $2. 2 tempting 6-piece Chicken McNuggets or 2 McChicken sandwiches for just $2. So, can they give 2 empty, unfulfilled hands something very entertaining to do? Absolutely.
Have you had your break today?
Making ideas a reality. It's how you ended up with your own business in the first place. And it's why Hewlett-Packard has introduced the fast, reliable, affordable HP LaserJet 5L. And the colorful HP DeskJet 850 series with a real-life imaging system. Dependable, professional Hewlett-Packard printers. Printers that work almost as hard as you do. HP printers. Just what you had in mind.
Ice-T is back.
Danny Court has my son and his mother.
And this time, it's war.
Let him go, Danny.
New York Undercover, a brand new episode, Thursday.
Atlanta 3 plays, 59 yards. 2 big receptions made by the rookie Tyrone Brown. The key play, the 32-yard catch, getting inside the 1 by Terrence Mathis.
Wade Phillips, defensive coordinator for the Bills, they just shot holes in his defense. A defense that had been pretty good of late. The next 3 plays and score.
Boy, Anderson just makes a living at this. Booting it out of the end zone and not giving Buffalo a chance to have any kind of return. 17-17. We have 8:15 to play here in the third quarter. So here comes Jim Kelly in the Buffalo offense. Kelly has hit on 12 of 20, 158 yards, 2 touchdowns. He's not been intercepted and has been sacked twice in the game.
Not only has the coverage been good, except for that one perimeter area in cover 2 for the Falcons, the front 4 pass rush, leading with that man right there, Doman, has been intense. They've been all over Kelly.
Thomas still on the sideline. Kelly throws. Catch made by Russell Copeland. Close to a first down, depending on the spot. Needed to get to just beyond the 30, and that's just where they mark it.
Joe Herring, the defensive coordinator for the Atlanta Falcons. Now, his main concern coming in today was, of course, Thurman Thomas, but whether or not they'd see 2 or 1 back situation, and that affects with his runner passing effect so they can get that 8-man front in there.
Play fake. Kelly steps up. Open receiver. The tight end, Lonnie Johnson, hangs on down near midfield. Another Buffalo first down. Ross and Harper delivered the blows, but Johnson hangs on.
Johnson has dropped. There he is right there. He's dropped a lot of balls, and that's his biggest problem. But you see the way the underneath people, Ross and out to Montgomery, you see the way they came up. They were looking for that underneath stuff, the short stuff. They didn't see the tight end behind him.
Delay to Holmes. And he crosses into Atlanta territory down to the 47. Harper up to make the stop. And a gain of 4 for Derek Holmes. 7th round pick, 224th player chosen in the draft. Started his career at Pasadena College as a wide receiver and transferred to June Jones' alma mater, Portland State. Holmes down to the 42. It'll bring up 3rd down. Let's go to Hollywood for a McDonald's game break and James Brown.
All right, Tom. Every time Chicago, Tom and Ron.
Brooks is trying real hard to make people forget about Sterling Sharp up there, isn't he?
Sure is. Having a terrific year. And for the time being, Derek Holmes trying to make the Buffalo fans forget that Thurman Thomas has come out of the game. Holmes 3 straight carries, another Buffalo first down.
Yeah, you got to remember this guy goes 240, but he runs a 4.3. What he does have is a quick acceleration through the hole for a big man. He can find it, and he's got to work on seeing that hole, but if he sees it, he can hit it.
Holmes and Thomas combining on big yardage today. Holmes again. Tries to cut it back, sneaks across the 35 to the 33, gain of a little better than 4. Mo Gardner tripped him up.
Now, here's what I like when I think about Holmes. You know, with that acceleration, we just saw that on those plays. The natural instincts, that really applies the vision. He's got to work on his blocking. He can hit somebody, but the technique isn't all good, and his hands are suspect.
Kelly to throw, had a wide open Bill Brooks and threw it behind him.
That's on Kelly all the way. Brooks coming across the middle. He's going to have the help underneath. Everybody got deep to cover Lonnie Johnson going down to that corner route that he's been getting a lot of times. He just throws it behind him.
Jim Kelly played in the USFL under the Atlanta head coach June Jones, a wide receivers coach in Houston. Two are very close. The draw to Holmes, read beautifully by the Atlanta defense. So they come up with a stop on 3rd and 6. Lester Archambault. First time we've called his name today. The fans want to go for it.
And they're going to go for it. Boy, it's incredible at the speed at which the Bills run these plays off. I mean, at that time, Atlanta could not make a substitution.
See what the Bills have done on 3rd and 8 or on 4th down this year. Far side. Did he hang on? Yes, sir. Reception made by Copeland. Wow, did he take a lick?
And I can look. You can look at his chin strap. He looks like he took a lick too. But you know, this all goes back to the substitution. I'm still not convinced that Atlanta had everybody they wanted on the field, and that wet part of the field we talked about. Phillips, he slips coming out of the break. This field has such a high crown on the edges, it's easy to lose your footing.
And play of the drive, Kelly, great protection, finds Copeland again, and he is slammed down at the 17 by the hammer, Jesse.
Jesse the hammer. Jesse wasn't having any of that. He said, son, you come in here, you got to pay. Leads the team and the NFL in tackles, Pro Bowler, last 2 out of 3 years. Here's a guy, free agent in '87, was not even drafted.
2nd down. And the give is to Holmes. Stopped well short of the first down. And there's Kevin Ross again.
Remember we talked about that 8-man front? We showed it up here. Well, once again, Joe Herring, defensive coordinator for Atlanta, he rolls the dice and it comes up good for him. He brings 36, Kevin Ross, down in there, and he makes the play. Now we're in that situation with the 3rd down conversions for Buffalo. Last week, 0 for 11, a little better today, but not by much.
Well, they come with the end around to Justin Arnold. And he's dropped at the 20. losing yardage. Alton Montgomery up to make the stop. Surprising call there for Buffalo.
Yeah, armor slip, but you know what? Give that credit to 22 Alton Montgomery, because he's right there. I got to go back to that call, though. With Kevin Ross coming up in the 8-man front. Great play that time. Good call by Joe Herring.
38-yard field goal try by Christie, and he sails it right through, giving Buffalo yet another lead. 20-17 with 2:51 to go here in the third quarter. Well, tonight Fox presents The Invaders, a world premiere miniseries based on the original groundbreaking TV show. See why Newsday calls it a gripping, compelling chiller that'll keep you on the edge of your seat. Prepare yourself for The Invaders tonight at 8 Eastern, 7 Central, right here on Fox. Very good game. We expected as much from division-leading Atlanta and Buffalo.
Well, you called it, Tom Burnham, and you said it was going to be a shootout. I figured with this cold weather, it'd be a ground game, and that's about it. Wow.
Well, you predicted a 20-17 score as a final, so if the defense is clamped down, Mr. Fitz, you're in business.
Speaking of clamping down, what did Mark Levy say? Sports called them and said, the thing you got to do is you got to get up, start walking around coming off that surgery. And the general says, march, you got to march.
Marv Levy's 70 years old. He won't tell you he's 70. A local newspaper did a little research and found out about his date of birth in the Windy City, Chicago, and he did indeed just turn 70 out of Coe College, a sprinter and a football player there. And now, rather than sprinting, he's just worried about walking well following the prostate cancer surgery.
And he even sang a song for us yesterday.
Yes, he did, which we cannot repeat. At the 15, Jamal Anderson. He's had 2 big returns today, and here's another. Out to the 41.
Jamal Anderson is killing the Buffalo Bills on one play. One play, the kickoff return, and he's doing the same thing every time. He's starting it up the middle and taking it to the outside. This is the kind of effort that June Jones said they had to have. To come up into a cold weather place, a hostile place, and play well.
How about the time of possession here in the third?
You know, you don't get a lot of points. That doesn't mean anything. I'm still looking at a 3-point game.
George on a 1st and 10, far side, caught by Metcalf, and he just runs right into Thomas Smith. He'll come up a couple of yards shy of the first down.
Uh-oh, they got some talking over there.
Well, it's been a quiet day for Eric Metcalf.
Eric, boy, I like that war that Eric and Terrence Mathis have going on with the video games. Terrence is the king, but Eric says he refuses to play him in certain games. In fact, they were going up to play it last night after they got done with the meeting.
Like the Final Four. 2nd and a yard. Hayward. And he is able to stay on his feet, crossing into Buffalo territory. And an Atlanta 1st down. Monty Brown finally able to stop Hayward.
Hayward looking like he's getting up a little bit slow.
Under 2 minutes here in the third. Atlanta with the ball on the move, trailing Buffalo 20-17. Down goes George. Bruce Smith, his 2nd sack.
Bruce Smith working on that side over Bob Whitfield and Robbie Tebek coming around the corner over here. Tebek right there got his hands a little too high, overextended. And Bruce Smith is so quick, so fast with those hands, he just swats him down and comes around the corner. Jeff George, he remembers Bruce Smith very well from his rookie year. A la concussion.
2nd 2nd and 17. And trouble again. The ball loose. And George reached back with his left hand to grab a hold of it. Right there, tangled up with him, Bill Hansen. But David White applying the pressure. Third time George has been sacked today. This one for 11 yards.
Dave White, number 51. There he is right there. Nobody blocks him. There's Zendusky. He comes out, but the corner is so wide, Zendusky really doesn't have a chance. That's really asking your guard to go too far to try to pick up a linebacker who's got to jump on the play.
3rd and a mile. 28. They have to get all the way to the Buffalo 35.
There's Bruce again.
Yep, they set up the screen to Hayward. Runs into his own man, and then just blasts into a Buffalo defender, Marlon Kerner, well shy of the first down.
Boy, poor rookie Marlon Kerner. I mean, he's doing a good job with the pass, but when it comes to the run, he's lunch meat out there. Great call. Now you make the tackle. Here comes 250 pounds, depending on what day it is. You're Marlon Kerner. You're 5'10", 187. Actually, he didn't do a bad job. Let's check his kidneys, though, after the game.
Hayward, one of the real good field stories in 1994. Ballooned to 328 pounds in 93 with Chicago. Atlanta gave him another chance. He changed his dietary habits, of course, and the real key, however, giving up alcohol. And he'll be the first to tell you the one legacy he would like his kids to remember him by is the way he is now, the dad who wakes up with no regrets in the morning.
And the thing about it, last year he had a 4.3 yard per run average, 800 yards rushing. I mean, he did all this, June Jones says, and he was out of shape. And he still had the problems with the weight and everything else. So imagine what he'll do this year.
Well, Bill Brooks has dropped back, returned a couple of punts last week after Jeff Burris was injured. Taska's been back there off the side of the foot. And it goes out of bounds right at the 20.
Did you hear the way that ball sounded? Let's check Straczynski's foot. He might have some broken bones in there. Kicking a
34-yard boot. Not been a good day for Straczynski. Chance Harper's luck has taken him to strange places, but this Friday it's going to take him to the afterlife, and there may not be a way back. Catch a brand new episode of Strange Luck, Friday 8 Eastern, 7 Central on Fox. Buffalo the ball, a 3-point lead, 7 seconds left. Well, you grew up here in Orchard Park.
Don't start. I do not know him.
Yeah, sure you don't. Your best pal in high school. Derek Brooks tries to break it outside and turn the corner, but cannot. Shoved out of bounds. 1 second left here in the third quarter.
Yeah, Derek Holmes, he realizes now it's a lot different story, coming in to spell a Thurman Thomas than it is when you come in to start. People prepare for you. It's a little different game. They attack your weaknesses.
Well, that's the end of the third quarter. Our score, Buffalo 20, Atlanta 17. Fox NFL Sunday will continue after these messages from your local Fox station.
Fox Boy is coming, and there's gonna be trouble.
In today's hectic world, it's sometimes difficult to find time for the most important people in our lives. I found a way to keep in touch 24 hours a day. My Motorola pager from Nobody Beats the Wiz. It's smaller than your wallet, inexpensive to use, and you can screen your calls.
Check your This Week at Nobody Beats the Wiz circular for a great selection of Motorola pagers and service options at prices too low to miss.
So keep in touch with the Motorola pager from Nobody Beats the Wiz. Excuse me, I've got to use the phone.
It is a missile in the war against mediocrity, an uppercut in the jaw of complacency. It is the deed to the broken white line that takes us past where we belong, to a place we never dreamt we could go. It is a declaration which screams out, I will not wallow in conformity. I will never own shoe trees. And it's got really comfy seats, too. The new Audi A4. Get ready for the ride of your life.
Now at Valenti Audi or Audi of Wallingford.
He can't help himself.
He was checking her out. Look at that.
He's got to look.
Camp?
I hardly even noticed she was a woman.
Now comes the ultimate test.
Make it through this meal tonight without checking out the bait.
Presenting Tim's Meal Deal.
I guarantee tonight I won't be checking out the babe.
One man in search of bigger cutlery.
Hello, honey. Excuse me.
On the next Home Improvement.
Monday at 7 on Fox 61. Catch Seinfeld weeknights at 7:30 here on Fox 61 WTIC-TV.
Hi, I'm Reuben Brown of the Buffalo Bills. We have two objectives today. One is to beat the Falcons. Two is to get home in time to watch the 49ers and Cowboys on Fox. I wonder if this will get me on the All-Madden team.
Well, coming up next, second half of our Fox NFL Sunday doubleheader, you'll have it. The 49ers against Emmitt Smith and the Cowboys. Coming up next right here on Fox. Well, first down Buffalo, and the penalty flags litter the field on a second down, to begin the fourth quarter.
We need to tell Reuben that performance right there may not get him on the All-Madden team. What you do on the field might, but that one certainly won't.
Neutral zone infraction on the defense. Still second down.
The defense, I guess that's the same thing as the defense.
It's cold out there.
It's cold. His tongue locked up.
You know, the lips, they get a little tough to move.
Just say on the guy with the white shirt.
Second down, give us to Derek Cole. Cuts it back inside, and the rookie has a first down. Out to the 36. Darnell Walker on the tackle. Boy, Derek Holmes having a fine day. Started the last 2 weeks in place of Thomas, and now he spelled him here today.
The cutback is key, but watch the blocks by these two guys right here, Brown and Fina. And Jerry Ostrowski coming around in that guard pull play. A nice knockout shot by Parker, too.
Holmes out of the backfield makes the reception and lost a yard. Right now from McDonald's game break, let's return to Hollywood and James Brown.
Well, the Rams are back up to their old tricks. Take a look. Kerry Collins has the ball stripped from behind. Well, if you can't pick it up, fall on a big fella. He doesn't. Torrin Doran there, opportunistic, picks it up, heads 22 yards to pay dirt. Yes, indeed. The second time he's done that this season, and the Rams ahead by 18. Take it back to your game.
Kelly on a second down throw, incomplete, and he was hit hard by Chuck Smith.
Chuck Smith is a welcome addition to this Falcon football team. I mean, coming back, had that surgery. Anterior cruciate ligament in the offseason. Had the turf toe. He was out a couple games for that. If you talk about a guy who's undersized, he can come around the corner for you.
3rd and 11. Kelly from the shotgun, rolling left. Good protection. Rose and the catch. A flag comes in. Going to be interference against Darnell Walker, beating up on Bill Brooks.
And the Falcons sideline just went nuts. Couldn't see nothing but capes and headsets flying off over there.
45, defense, first down.
That's Darnell Walker. Working inside there on Brooks. Nothing there, nothing there. He stays with him. Now here's where the problems start. See, whenever you make that body contact before you touch the ball, they're going to call you.
Good call. Wide open Johnson, the tight end, crossing midfield, shoved out of bounds at the Atlanta 42 by D.J. Johnson. Boy, Jim Kelly having a terrific game, minus Andre Reed, by and large Thurman Thomas. 15-yard pickup. Kelly has thrown for better than 220 yards on the day. A couple of touchdowns, has not been intercepted.
And remember, too, he's working with the wind now. The wind is back at his back. It's in the fourth quarter. And remember that when Jeff George gets back on the field, he'll have the wind in his face.
Kelly throws, caught on the far side by Justin Armour, who's had a career day. Armour came in with just 11 receptions all season, and that's his 4th today.
And now Thurman's back in the game, so what does that tell you? That tells you we're getting close to the red area, folks. We're going to start hammering it. We're going to run it.
where it tells you he's tired of watching Holmes pile up yards. There you see Elijah Pitts, who took over the 3 games rather in place of Marv Levy. And well, you talk to the players, you talk to Coach Levy, flying colors in their grade of your father, not the coach, just dad.
I just wish he'd learned to get the first down there. I just wish he'd learned to put his hat on straight. Jeez.
Now wait a minute. Son is not supposed to tell dad what to do.
He's got them thing cramping down on it right here. That prevents this hat from going on. He's got to straighten that hat out.
Well, you're tough. It's a little crooked. You got a point.
I know how to wear my hat right.
First down, Buffalo. Leading 20-17. They were coming on the blitz, and Montgomery came too soon. Thomas loses the ball, and Buffalo able to recover. That might be close to a first down at the 25.
See, and now this is where you see the substitutions being made by Atlanta. Darryl Talley comes into the game. Clay Matthews comes into the game. That's the problem with this no huddle.
Offside, defense, right side of the line, it's declined. Second down.
Well, they gained almost 8 yards.
But on the right side of the line, yeah, up top, Alton Montgomery, he's coming down on that safety blitz, trying to make something happen, but just a little bit over the line.
Second and 2, open receiver, and slightly overthrown to Justin Armour.
Well, I can't say enough about Ross. Down inside, he's a safety, but remember, he used to be a corner. Great bump and run that time on Justin Armour. Right down in here, watch the bump and run. They say a bump and run gives you about a yard down the field. And I bet you that ball just misses him by about a yard, too. Great job by Kevin Ross in the corner position.
Third and 2. Kelly finds his man on the far side. Russell Copeland, Buffalo first down to the Atlanta 14.
If they're going to give you this much room to work, then you got to try to work it on the short patterns, but the field is slippery. The field is wet, and I'm not sure that D.J. Johnson, who's a fine corner, really got his feet underneath him all the way on that play. I've seen D.J. come out of those breaks a lot better than that.
Joe Herring looking for answers. And off, and down to the 10 goes Thurman Thomas. The stop made by Jesse Tuggle.
This is a drive that's dangerous for the Falcons. They've gone a ways, and they're working on that clock.
Yeah, no more of the hurry-up stuff. When you're trying to burn time off the clock with a lead, the June Jones offense, with that man, Jeff George, can get back in a hurry.
But this is where the Buffalo Bills have been absolutely horrible in the red area.
Not today. Armour, a touchdown, or they're saying he wasn't able to hang on. Oh, he dropped it. Armour had it would have been his second score of the season.
Well, Kelly will never be able to say that Armour wasn't a big target. He's 6'4", 209. No way. See, that's those Stanford guys for you. You know, make it sound good. If you don't make the kids make it look good, do a good acting job.
That's coming from a UCLA Bruin.
Of course.
Third and 7. Stop down. And there is a penalty flag on the play. Stepping in front and making the interception, Anthony Phillips, his first this season. But again, there is a flag down, and Phillips is down over near the Buffalo bench.
There's a flag on the play.
Buffalo medical staff taking a look at Anthony Phillips.
There's no infraction on the play. First down, Atlanta.
huge play for the Falcons. And we just talked about how the Buffalo Bills have struggled in the red area. Jim Kelly serves up a nice high hard one, but it's much too high. Anthony Phillips gets the grab.
First time in 173 passes that Kelly's been intercepted.
It may seem like a funny analogy, but building the Chrysler Cirrus was a lot like making a movie. We produced it, released it to a critical audience, and waited for the reviews. Car and Driver called Cirrus the new benchmark for compact sedans. Automobile Magazine raved about its brilliant styling and excellent handling. Motor Trend said it's the most significant vehicle in the market. Cirrus has received great reviews and a lot of awards, but that's no surprise, considering its performance.
It is said he is to computer software what Thomas Edison is to the light bulb. The software Bill Gates developed runs 2/3 of the computers in the world. And on the day he turned 36, his company, Microsoft, was bigger than Xerox, Kodak, and McDonald's. Where in today's world do you find companies capable of such astonishing growth? Actually, there's a list of them printed every day. NASDAQ, the stock market for the next 100 years.
The big game only comes once a year.
Don't miss the San Francisco 49ers take on the Dallas Cowboys next. Fox NFL Sunday is brought to you by the new Dodge. We're thinking ahead. By McDonald's, the official restaurant of the National Football League. And by Snickers. Hungry? Why wait?
Anthony Phillips on the interception. He hurt his leg on that play, and I'll tell you what, folks, we're going to show you this, but let us warn you, it is not very pretty at all. It is very disturbing to look at, so just so you know before we show this.
You saw the right ankle, and immediately Phillips reaching down to grab it.
That may be the worst I've ever seen, without a doubt.
Well, of course, the one that always comes to mind, Joe Theismann and the Lawrence Taylor hit. Jim Kelly just trying to stop Phillips from racing in for a touchdown, and Phillips just came down off balance on the right ankle.
You go back to that Theismann, and I don't think the Theismann touches that one. We just hope he's all right.
Well, again, we're going to show this to you one more time, but for those of you weak in the stomach, by all means, please turn away. Anthony Phillips, second-year player out of Texas A&M Kingsville, used to be Texas A&I, same alma mater as Darryl Green. Getting a chance to start for the first time in his career this season, Ron, and now this.
Yeah, and those are the kind of things that happen. I mean, that's what this game is about, freak injuries like that. I don't know if that's an argument for or against turf. That thing could have happened the same way on grass. You get that cleat dug in like that, it's just something that happens.
Well, the card has come out to take Anthony Phillips off the field. We'll be right back.
What's going through his head?
The street if he jumps.
Maybe I should move my car.
Nice pants.
Dockers, flat front khakis.
I should have gotten a dog.
Have you heard the word on the bird at Mickey D's? For a limited time, get 2 of a kind. 2 for 2, 2 for just $2. For real, 2 6-piece chicken McNuggets for just $2. Oh, dipping McNuggets in savory, savory, savory. These sauces, ooh, too tasty. Or 2 McChicken sandwiches, 2 for $2. It's McDonald's price. What a break, what a break, a break of which I will partake. Have you had your break today?
Right here, right now, this is where you want to be.
Everything's new at your Chrysler Plymouth dealer. Even new ways to save. The 96 Buyer's Choice Drive Away. It's your choice. Our biggest cashback ever on 96 models. Or our lowest APR. Even our lowest lease rates on all 96 cars and minivans.
Right here, right now, this is where you want to be.
For a limited time, only at your local Chrysler and Plymouth dealer.
Move over, Lois Lane. Khadijah has a date with superstar Dean Tang.
I flew right out.
Flo, get Superman, get it!
Don't miss a brand new living single Thursday.
Anthony Phillips being taken off the field. Right now, let's send it to Hollywood for a McDonald's game break and James Brown.
Hey, Tom, Brett Favre having himself a big day. This play worked well in the first half. Terry Bradshaw did that once. Let's take it back to Tom and Ron.
Well, we're back at Rich Stadium, Orchard Park, New York, 2017. Buffalo down near the goal line, and Jim Kelly, an interception made by Anthony Phillips, who's been taken off the field with a very serious injury, it would appear. 1st and 10 for George in the Falcon offense. George flushed out of the pocket, looking downfield. He'll keep it himself. Steps out of bounds after a 2-yard gain.
Great pickup once again. Craig Hayward working on Bryce Popp. And Bryce Popp really, except for one time, has been shut out, in a sense, by this Falcon offensive team. And I think that right there is the same thing. Craig Hayward stepping up, making the play. You know, the guy is not only running the football, but they know on that one side, that right side, they need extra help, and he's picking up Bryce Popp every time. And he's about the only back in the league, because of his size, that can pick up Bryce Popp. Bryce Popp's listed as a linebacker, but he's got defensive lineman size.
George got a block from Hayward and underthrows the intended receiver, Bert Emanuel. He was open down there, but a short hop throw. It'll bring up 3rd down and 10 for Atlanta. Now the Buffalo crowd a bit more vocal right now. Miami losing big to New England today, 31-17. The Bills a chance to take sole possession for first place in the AFC East, and now they come to their feet. What a catch and what a throw. Bert Emanuel, 1st down to the 30. Right in between a pair of Buffalo defenders who went right into one another. Marlon Kerner and Kurt Scholes.
Boy, did you hear the sound of that hit? Let's listen to this. Folks, this game is not for the timid.
No, it is not.
You know, Marlon Kerner, he could have helped himself out with a little bump that time. He took the bump out of bump and run and just made it run. And I don't think he can run with Bert Emanuel.
I think a lot of us forget sometimes. Certainly not you, Roddy, because you played this game professionally. But those of us who have been fans and some of us who have turned broadcasters, the absolute impact with which these people hit one another is just staggering. And in fact, there's no way even any of us can exactly put into words what it must be like unless you've been there.
The only justice I've seen done to it is the Fox audio, really. It really puts you down there and lets you listen to what's going on.
Scholes has to leave the game. Matt Darby, the starter a year ago, is checked in at free safety.
The Bills trying to check as Jeff George checks.
Short drop. George. Lots of time. Throws. And Mathis, did he get the feet down?
They don't know. They don't know.
One official.
They don't know.
The other said.
And the Falcons better keep arguing. They don't know. They didn't know, I guarantee you. And they just went with what they think is a safe call. They didn't know. Jeff George wants to go to the other side. He doesn't have it, so he comes back this way. Mathis is going straight up the sideline. Watch the way they pick up Bryce Pop. He's the big problem. Tebek slides out. Done very nicely.
Second down, give us to Hayward. Stuffed after a yard gain. Hansen at the bottom of the pile along with Bruce Smith.
Well, I got to give big kudos to this offensive line of Atlanta Falcons, because they have kept Bryce Pop for most purposes out of their backfield. Bruce has gotten around one time, but they've been able to keep them relatively quiet and run the ball pretty good.
Third down, Buffalo leading by 3. 9:37 to go. It's a 3rd and 10. George, down he goes. Penalty flags fall in. For Bruce Smith, it would be his 2nd sack today and the 5th of George in the game.
And what compounds it, the hold, Jeff George didn't have any place to go with the football. That's a coverage sack all the way.
Holding, 61. Offense is declined. 4th down.
They make it 4th down, 61. Robbie Tebek, he'll be right here. Let's watch it. He's working on Phil Hansen, number 90. Phil tries to come with that arm over that club. See right there. Yeah, the WWF would be real proud of that one.
Morton Anderson hit a 50-yard field goal try, kicking to this same end zone, this one from 49. Out of the hold of Straczynski to tie the game. And it's partially blocked. So in a bid to tie it up, Anderson's kick blocked. It may have been Henry Jones to get a hand on it.
Picture yourself behind the wheel of one of Budget Car and Truck Rental's world-class vehicles. Now imagine it's yours to keep. Presenting the Budget $1 million car drive-away, where every time you rent, you'll receive valuable budget savings or win one of $1 million worth of brand new cars. It's all part of our renewed commitment to satisfy your every need. For details or reservations, call your travel consultant or Budget today.
Guys, this year, we're going to win it. Yeah. No one is leaving this room until we figure out how. No one.
Not going anywhere for a while? Grab a Snickers, because nothing holds you over better. Hungry? Why wait?
Enter the future. Vector Man, the most revolutionary game ever for Sega Genesis. And play to win for a chance at a $25,000 grand prize. Vector Man, resistance is futile. Sega. The enemy unleashes a deadly new weapon that turns soldier against soldier.
Vanessa, put it down!
A brand new Space Above and Beyond, tonight at 7, 6 Central.
I'm Terry Bradshaw. In case you missed it, here's what you would have seen on Fox NFL Sunday at 12 noon Eastern.
The Dallas Cowboys are quite simply a machine that can't be stopped.
We understand why they've lost the 4 games. Faced at this stage of the season, I don't think you can say this is a team that is not going to be in it.
We're not feeling down. I mean, we're just like, okay, let's go to war. It's war now. And there's no home or away games now. They're just back alley fights.
So join us on Fox NFL Sunday, 12 noon Eastern.
Greg Hayward right here. Watch what he does. He's responsible for the block, number 20. Jones, see the way he steps out and opens that gate? That's the difference right there. He was so worried about 28. Thomas Smith, he opened that gate inside, and he's looking at it right now, thinking, dang.
Well, a missed opportunity for the Falcons to tie the game. And now Kelly and the Bills on offense. Incomplete, looking for Bill Brooks on a 1st and 10.
There's Henry. Well, that's something that the Bills used to do very well, is block the kicks. Steve Tasker used to do the honors on that all the time.
See what Buffalo has done on its last 3 possessions. The interception was down in the corner of the end zone by Anthony Phillips, who is injured, being tackled and was carted off the field. When you hear more about him, we'll let you know. Brooks, first down to the Atlanta 45.
Billy Brooks coming through, making some big plays in the absence of an Andre Reed. And all you heard is about how old he is, and he had to take the salary cut and come back, and he wasn't the go-to guy. Well, hey, maybe he just needed to be the go-to guy.
Well, Brooks had 90 yards on 5 catches and a touchdown last week at Indianapolis. You see closing in on 100 today. Slipping his way to the 43 is Derek Holmes. I remind you, this game is presented by authority of the National Football League, is intended for the private use of our audience. Any rebroadcast or other use of this telecast without the express written consent of the Buffalo Bills in the National Football League is prohibited.
Here's where the no huddle, I think, kind of hurts you. If you're Buffalo, you need to slow down to speed up that clock.
Shy of the first down, making the reception, Steve Tasker.
But it's so ingrained in their offense that that's the only thing they can do. Actually, if they don't move the ball down here and make points on this drive, they've helped Atlanta by going so quick and working so quick.
Niners and the Cowboys up next. Second half of our Fox NFL Sunday doubleheader. Big play for the Atlanta defense and the Buffalo offense. As they convert on that play a moment ago, now 1st and 10. Holmes still on his feet. This rookie having his best day as a pro. To the Atlanta 27, Harper on the stop.
That's just the power, the speed of Derek Holmes. You look at him and you don't think he's that fast or he's that strong, but he is.
His 18th carry of the day, and he's close to 90 yards rushing all the way down to the Atlanta 20.
You know, as we look at Joe Harrington, defensive coordinator for Atlanta, it's one thing to have a running skill, but when you get holes opened up like you're going to see here, look at the block by Hall, good one-on-one block and working on jumpy gathers. When you can move people, you can have success running the football no matter who you got back there.
1st and 10, Holmes again. Slammed down at the 15 by Darryl Talley. Wow. Former Buffalo Bill making some noise.
Darryl getting his lick in for the home folks here. So I asked Darryl Talley one time, if we played together here in Buffalo, I said, Darryl, what are you afraid of? Does anything scare you? He said, yeah, one thing. When I look in the mirror in the morning. And I looked at him. I said, we got to stop him this quarter.
Clock under 6 minutes. Holmes. He may get his first 100-yard rushing day as a pro. 95 yards on the afternoon for Derek Holmes.
See, this is what I don't understand. If you're Buffalo, you know, they got to communicate to Jim Kelly, yeah, we're in a hurry up, but slow down. Let the clock run. They're snapping the ball with more than 10 seconds on the clock.
Matthews appeared to break the plane. Holmes leaping over the top down to the Falcons 16, but it appeared as though this will be against the 18-year veteran Clay Matthews.
And the flip side of that whole argument about the no huddle and the clock running too fast is that the defense can't make substitutions, and if you're moving the ball down the field, keep doing it.
Offside, left side of the line, defense. Holding, number 67, offense. They'll offset, still 3rd down.
Now, needless to say, this could be the single biggest play of the game for June Jones. If Marv Levy's team keeps the drive alive, 2 things come into play. A, you burn time off the clock. B, a touchdown for Buffalo, and Atlanta's in big trouble. They stop, hold to a field goal. They're very much alive.
Absolutely. Great point, man.
3rd and 2. Close to a first down is Derek Holmes, depending on the spot. Talley again on the stop. Needed to get just inside the 11. Oh, he did not get a good spot.
Wow, that's 4th.
Buffalo's going. And Joe Herring going to send in his big bodies to try and stop what will be a 4th down and less than a yard. Marv Levy answers with Johnson and Tony Klein, a 2 tight end set. Garner in front of Holmes in the I formation.
They're not going to get it off. Ooh. That may end up being a big time out there.
Now Jim Kelly will talk things over with Marv Levy. Bills lead 20-17, 4:02 to go. We'll be back.
The big game only comes once a year.
Don't miss the San Francisco 49ers take on the Dallas Cowboys next.
Buffalo fans well aware that New England is pounding Miami 34-17 late in the game, while New Orleans has handed Indianapolis a 17-14 loss. Buffalo a chance to take over sole possession in the AFC East. The division leaders a 4th down and less than a yard.
Yeah, that's what June was talking about. Even if things don't work out in Atlanta's favor here today, and we still have a long time to play, you know, 49ers got a tough one down there, okay? So they still could be sitting pretty nice no matter what happens. That's why he wanted his team to come up here and, if nothing best, play well. Win the game. Yeah, they came up here to win, no doubt. But play well. Don't get any bad habits. Don't go backwards.
Ball spotted outside the 11. 4th down, less than a yard, and Buffalo has elected to go for it. 10th play of the drive. It has chewed up 4 minutes and 48 seconds off Joe Herring's defense.
I think back to the play in Indianapolis last week. Similar kind of situation. Derek Holmes was stopped. And Elijah Pitts chose to go ahead and take that field goal instead of going for it in this situation.
Garner gets the ball and the 1st down. So the clock will continue to tick down. Buffalo a 3-point lead. They convert on 4th.
Will Gardner, he's a load. You never see him carry the ball. Atlanta can't be expecting to see him carry the ball in that situation. Did a good line surge. Marv upset about something.
Take it easy, Marv. Things are looking pretty good right now for your team. 3:30 to play. Again, coming up next, it'll be the Niners and Cowboys in Dallas. Gardner again slammed down, maybe gained a yard.
I'm Atlanta pretty soon here. I got to start thinking about stopping the clock, number 1. Number 2, I know Joe Herring is thinking about sending that man and maybe another safety in there on a blitz. They got to try to make something happen. Anything. Fumbles. Force Jim Kelly into another interception situation. But they can't sit back and just let the time run and possibly get another score here.
Well, June Jones hoping at the minimum to allow a field goal. Holmes taken down at 5. Jesse Tuggle along with Roger Harper there.
Kevin Ross did a good job of standing up to the block of Reuben Brown, coming from around the corner on the other side. Guy 304, taking on a 185-pound defensive back. Here's a guy, you want to make Kevin Ross so tough? He got hit by a car 4 times when he was a kid. That'll toughen you up.
That'll do it.
Hey, Billy, what do they call these shoes anyway?
Air Penny.
So who you guys playing tonight anyway?
Minnesota.
Oh, Los Lobos. I guess you're going for the big numbers tonight, huh? Now I want you to work them inside, work them outside. I'm sensing triple-double here. Now pin it. I want you to say hello to my man Kevin Garnett.
Kevin Garnett.
Yeah, Garnett. We went to high school together. Tell him little Penny from the science club says hello. Can you do that for brother?
Nike presents This Week in Pee Wee Football. The Colts won their third straight Sunday, due in large part to a defense made up of hellfire and brimstone. Colts defenders held the Steelers scoreless on a relentless mission of search and destroy. Like birds of prey, one swoops in to disrupt a play, leaving his teammates to scavenge the remains.
I've always wanted to do this. With NFL Sunday Ticket on DirecTV, you get up to 13 regular season games live every Sunday. So if Washington is blowing out the Bucs, just switch to the 49ers Saints game. But hey, is Emmitt Smith breaking the rushing record? Are the Giants crushing the Eagles? You get it. Not on cable, but with DirecTV and this. Now that's a game plan.
Get the last 5 weeks of NFL Sunday Ticket free for a limited time when you get a DSS dish and DirecTV Total Choice. Don't miss the best of the regular season.
Buffalo leading 2017. Bills have the ball. 3rd and goal on the Atlanta 5.
Now, if you're Atlanta, I think you got to send people. You got to start blitzing. Kevin Ross, he's been active. Look at Darryl Talley there. You got to make things happen here.
Well, the Falcons cannot allow any more than a field goal, a touchdown, and they're in big trouble. A field goal. And the Falcons would get it back with 2 minutes left, roughly, trailing by 6. We'll see.
Right, absolutely. They got to at least hold for the field goal.
Holmes will not get to the end zone, so the Atlanta defense stands tall on 3rd and goal. The clock will wind down to the 2-minute warning. The first man to step in was Clay Matthews, and he got help from Darryl Talley.
We talked about Ross and Matthews. There they are together. You don't think they're going to try to make something happen? That made the play right there. He actually turns it back in to Clay Matthews. The next Buffalo Bill, maybe knowing where they're going to run, making a big-time play.
Okay, new rules. Individuals are no longer more important than the team.
You want a piece of that championship? Put it in here. Nobody can do it alone, but together we can do it.
Sports magazines include more team photos. More game balls go to linemen. We all play more as a team. We pat someone on the butt when they fail and celebrate like madmen when they succeed. Starter, it's about team.
Now, all the strength of Imodium AD is concentrated in the smallest, easiest to swallow anti-diarrheal caplets ever made. So powerful they can work in one dose instead of dose after dose of the pink stuff. New concentrated caplets, only from Imodium AD.
You in pain? Not now. My doctor gave me Tylenol, extra strength. Wait, Tylenol works after knee surgery? Here I am.
From post-surgical pain to headaches, doctors recommend Tylenol the most.
Come on!
Okay, board. Who thinks Dion should play wide receiver?
Fake back, he's got Dion wide open, one and catch!
I hope Coach Schwitzer's checking this out.
Football according to Dion. Primetime NFL. Sports.
Finding out Little Caesar's new stuffed crust pizza is a better deal at only $7.99 results in a kind of wacky happiness. A large cheese and pepperoni stuffed crust pizza at Little Caesar's for just $7.99.
Pizza.
I want you to watch the way Darryl Talley takes on this play outside and stays alive. But watch this guy, Clay Matthews. This is why he's been in the league as long as he's been in there, 18 years. Watch this play. He came all the way across the formation. They say never trade 1 for 1 as a defensive player. And that's what Darryl Talley did.
Matthews will be 40 years old come March. Still playing terrific football. Field goal try by Christie. Ball spotted at the 11, 21-yard field goal try. to give Buffalo a 6-point lead, and it is good. So 23-17 Buffalo. But Atlanta will get the ball back, trailing by 6. And you know what June Jones' offense can do. We saw him score on 3 plays in about a minute and a half early in the third.
Absolutely, and they still got 1 timeout left, so they can't stop it. They picked Buffalo apart all day underneath. Mathis, Emmanuel, the big plays. That guy there hasn't really had a big play, and that was the man they talked about having to keep out of there. He hasn't been a factor in special teams. I think the weather had a lot to do with that. But I think the scheme has been #1 to slow down the run in Craig Hayward and to keep Eric Metcalf off the scoreboard.
San Francisco and Dallas, the second half of our Fox NFL Sunday doubleheader. But still 1:56 left here at Rich Stadium in Orchard Park. Well, a year ago, Atlanta lost games like this regularly. 5 games in the closing minutes. They had a lead at the 2-minute warning in 4 of those games only to lose. But this season, 3 close wins, including a couple of them in overtime. And Jeff George, June Jones will tell you, he has finally arrived as a quarterback. This could help a great deal in that progress today.
Right, you know, I mean, regardless of what happens on this drive here, I think Jeff George has shown up and made plays for this team when he's had to make plays. And we saw a couple great throws. The one down there to Mathis that didn't quite get in for the touchdown. Just a happens to be a great throw in bad weather.
Christie has not kicked well all day long. Line drive, very returnable by Preston. And a big return out to the 35. And he's finally shoved out of bounds by Yanel Jourdain. So here comes George and the Falcons.
That has killed the Buffalo Bills. And they take so much pride in it. Marv Levy, when he first came to Buffalo and took over as head coach there, the first thing he said to our team was that we will be better on special teams than they were for the next 4 or 5 years. But I know Bruce DeHaven, the special teams coach, is thinking, what is going on? Free agency kills them. They can't stack like they used to. But they have been hurt field position-wise by big, long returns on special teams.
First and 10 from the 35. George throws, and in and out of the hands of Bert Emanuel, who was looking for a flag. And he didn't get one. Well, let's go to Hollywood and James Brown.
Tom, you guys will see this following the conclusion. Hello, Tom Brenneman and Ron Pitts.
Boy, the world champions show up. They're not going to just lay down.
And the best receiver in football history. Second and 10. Atlanta down 6 with 1:44 left. Open receiver across the middle is Eric Metcalf. His first big play of the day. He's to the Buffalo 37. Atlanta 1 timeout left.
And George is going to get him on the line. He doesn't want to use the timeout. He wants to save it. So when he's inside the 30 or inside the 20.
He'll just spike it into the ground. 27-yard gain on the pass completion to Eric Metcalf. And June Jones club very much alive.
In situations like this, the linebackers have to stay back in this area here. They don't do that. Look at Covington. He's got to get back in here. That's the problem. He doesn't get in the throwing lane. And we just talked about Metcalf not being a factor today. He shows up in the big-time situation you need him and makes a big play.
Second and 10 at the Buffalo 37. Green the other way. Emmanuel inside the 30, first down to the Buffalo 25. Clock continues to run 1:12.
Lewandowski 72. They went with that old reverse screen or reverse throwback to Emmanuel. And he's got another great hit, another great block out there on the corner.
Smith came across the line of scrimmage. 58 seconds left to play.
Offside, 78, defense, unabated to the quarterback. Still first down.
This answers your questions about Jeff George. I tell you, he comes down the field, second time when they've had to get it done, he's done it. And the noise is going to be a factor here.
By Kurt Schultz, who's done it for a second straight week for Buffalo.
Jeff doesn't look inside before he makes the throw. They're going to come right up the seam, and that's what they've had all day long. He's looking right at his big play guy. Metcalf down underneath, but he's looking Schultz. Schultz is standing right there. He's standing right there.
Buffalo will take over sole possession of first place for Jeff George and the Falcons. Yep. A chance to take on St. Louis next week. They will share the lead in the NFC West. Well, again, let's go to Hollywood for a McDonald's game break and James Brown.
Tom, quick strike again. Take a look at Dallas. Aikman to Irvin. The ball is knocked loose by Marquez Hope. And Merton Hanks picks it up. He takes it to the end zone. 14-0. Shades of the NFC Championship rematch. Let's take you back to Tom and Ron.
Yeah, you know, you go into those games and everything's okay, but you let a couple turnovers happen and all bets are off, and that's exactly what's happened. Cowboys could be in trouble if they don't get him in that run going. And not panic, too.
For Jeff George and the Falcons, the interception in the end zone by Schultz, his 6th interception this season.
One bad play. George is taking him up and down the field all game long. One bad play.
103 yards is good. Atlanta out of timeouts. And a celebration on in Buffalo. This team, 4 straight AFC Championship appearances into the Super Bowl. And Marv Levy has the Bills back, much to the chagrin of many around the football world. These Bills have been maligned. Jim Kelly, Marv Levy, Bruce Smith, the whole lot that have played through 4 Super Bowls. And who knows, Ron Pitts, they may get back there yet again.
Well, it may be a bit early for that. They got a road to haul, but you know, they knew they were facing a very, very much improved Atlanta Falcons team. And they had to fight, scratch, and dig. And like I said, I go back. One bad play by Jeff George. It could have been a different story.
And that will do it. Kelly going to hang on to the ball and hand it over to his longtime teammate, Darryl Talley. Marv Levy, his first game back, missing the last 3 following the prostate cancer surgery. And it's a victorious return here at Rich Stadium. Well, for Ron Pitts, Tom Brenneman, for our Fox crew, so long from Rich Stadium, 23-17 Buffalo. Up next will be the 49ers and Cowboys, our second half of our Fox NFL Sunday doubleheader. Great game here at Rich Stadium. Kelly and the Bills prevail. You're watching Fox Sports coverage of the National Football League.